Shannon Rodden here with Hawks coach Rodney.
It's been 278 days since we last took the gridiron, but the wait is over. The Rockwall ISD Sports Network starts now.
Have fun, play Rockwall football.
It's been 278 days.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon Rodden alongside Justin Webb, Tristan Rodden on the board, James Thompson on the camera, and Truman Nixon somewhere coming across I-35 right now, coming to join us. The Heath Hawks coming off one of its top five regular season wins of all time, a 56-55 overtime thriller against the North Forney Falcons. Now take on the Royse City Bulldogs, who are coming in 5-2 overall on the season, but more importantly, 1-2 in District 10-6A. I want to welcome in my broadcast partner, Justin Webb. And Justin, we have been debating where last week's game ranks all time, probably either number 2 or number 3, behind only the 79-71 double overtime thriller in 2022 against Rockwall, and right there with the 2017 I-30 Classic, where Tanner McAllister scored on the last play of the game for the Hawks win. But that game has to rank right there with both of those. And tonight, the Hawks have to get grounded immediately, because we have talked about it all year. This is the deepest that we have ever seen this district, and you're going to have to bring it every week, or you're just simply going to get beat.
There's no rest for the weary in District 10-6A, but with only 4 games remaining, including tonight, the 2-0 Hawks are sitting on top and in control of their own destiny. Coach Webb told us that he believes any team in this district is capable of beating any other team, and he's been telling his squad to bring it for all 4 quarters and keep their foot on the gas pedal. A win tonight greatly increases the Hawks' playoff prospects and would be Hawks' 5th win in a row. On the other hand, the Bulldogs at 1-2 in district need a win tonight, and this could be considered a must-win situation for them.
You're absolutely right. Royse City, similar to where the Hawks were a year ago, which when you lose those early district games really puts your back to the wall. The Hawks had that situation last year. They made a run late, were able to beat Rockwall, but then that one game keeps you out of the playoffs. So important for both teams coming in. The Hawks trying to keep that momentum going. Royse City Bulldogs are fighting for their season. And we caught up with Coach Rodney Webb this week, and here's what he had to say. Shannon Rodden here with Hawks coach Rodney Webb on the Alliance Bank pregame show. And Coach, coming off of one of the biggest wins, I know you've been part of some big ones in the playoffs, and also with the I-30 Classic, but outside of that, that had to be one of the most exciting games. Probably has to rank as one of the top wins that you've been a part of too, I'm assuming?
Oh, for sure. You know, I'm not really sure, you know, how I've either been blessed or cursed, however you choose to look at it, to have been a part of a lot of really wild games. But that one ranks right up there, you know, and obviously they're always more memorable when you win them.
You bet. And we're talking about the 56-55 win over North Forney. I know we've got a lot coming up over the next 4 weeks as you were in first place in District 10-6A, but we got it with a game like that. We got to take a quick look back on that one combined between the two teams. 111 points, of course, but 49 first downs, 1,124 yards, 691 rushing, 433 passing. You had 6 different players scored touchdowns, 5 on offense, and Luke Mitchell's touchdown on defense, which with Simpson making that play. At the time, we couldn't see all the numbers, so want to make sure we give all the proper credit out there to the guys that made the plays. That defensive touchdown was huge, but just a great all-around win for your team.
Yeah, it was, and you know, you talk a lot about the number of people that contributed, and that's been the theme of the entire season. And I brag on our kids all the time about, you know, we've got such a deep squad, and so many people in every phase of the game that are capable of making a big impact in the game. And so Friday night was just no exception.
You bet. You had mentioned before, as we get into District 10 6A, we saw some big upsets with Longview getting beat by Forney. Put you alone at 2-0 at the top of the district, and 4 big games coming up starting this week, of course, with Royse City coming in. And then you've got the gauntlet of Longview, Rockwall, and Forney to end the season. You had mentioned it. If you don't bring it every week, you're going to get upset. So every team in the district has seen that so far, except yours. But that is we talked about how this is the deepest district we've ever seen anywhere as far as just top to bottom. There's only 4 playoff spots, at least 6 teams with a very good chance of making those top 4 spots. But overall, your team, you talked about maybe Longview, maybe Rockwall had enough depth that if key injuries happen along the way, you could still overcome it. And we're actually seeing that right now. As you had mentioned, your depth, incredible. That many different players touching the ball, that many different players scoring, and then that many different players just contributing. There's so many plays we could talk about during that. Also, your kicker with the 2 back-to-back onside kicks, you get both of them, and one of them called back, of course, and then the pinning them deep there on those on the 2 kickoffs. When you look back on it, that's probably the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, when we're really in our mode in our kickoff game, we feel like we put a lot of pressure on people, and I think a great example of that Friday night on the 2 onside kicks. We're really good at that. We practice it a lot, and it forces people into making hard decisions sometimes where they're going to put their personnel in kickoff return, and it gave us the opportunity to chip a couple deep, get them on the ground, and make them scramble for it.
Absolutely. And then, of course, just trying to hold on. We were also talking a lot about it on air, is that 21 points is not quite what 21 points used to be in the old days, right?
Yeah, we told our kids at halftime of that game, 21 points against North Forney is 3 plays. That's all that is. It's 3 plays because they're so explosive.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit of what that was like coming down there, coming down to that last drive. Of course, your offense is set up to go high tempo all the time. When we started slowing it down a little bit there in the 4th quarter, did it feel like does it feel like you get off a rhythm there, or is it just just whatever the circumstances?
Yeah, we're always trying to find that happy medium of operating at peak efficiency on offense, but at the same time, when you have a lead and you're trying to shorten the game, it doesn't always make sense to play breakneck tempo either, because then if you don't move the chains, you're not running any time off the clock. So we did our best to try to thread the needle a little bit there. And we had a couple of series that we bogged down a little bit, but those are tough situations.
You bet. How big does a win early in the season against Highland Park, where you had to come from behind, but you win those? We talked about how it changes the culture, and really your team can get on a roll. It really looked like you saw that again against North Forney, of everybody believing somehow we're going to get this done.
Yeah, I think there's a ton of belief, and that's the key word. I think ton of belief with our team that we're going to figure out. Whether we've got the momentum or don't have the momentum, we're going to figure out a way to get it done when it's got to get done.
You bet. Well, congratulations on that. Now we look to move forward. Like we had talked about, you got a big game this week against Royse City, who's just a mere 2-1 and 5-1 on the season. How do you keep your team grounded when obviously you got Longview, Rockwall the week after, and you're dealing with 15 to 18-year-olds? So how do you keep a team grounded on a week like this when you're on fall break, you got a lot of distractions, and keep them from looking past a team like Royse City?
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. When we're living in a world where you have a big win like we had, and all of a sudden, everybody in the Metroplex is all of a sudden wanting to tell you how good you are. Dallas News and all the media sites that you can think of, and everybody's trying to tell you how good you are. And I tell our kids, like, that's all great, but that was last week. That was last week. That earns us nothing for the next game. It's earned us no points and no yards against Royse City. In fact, what that does is it just puts a little bit of a bigger target on your back. And Royse City has no shortage of bulletin board material. And so, it's as we told our kids, like, our standard is the best. Be the best. Be our best. And it doesn't matter who we're playing. We are striving to play our best every week. And if we'll show up and play our best, that's all we can ask for. And I think anybody would be foolish to look past Royse City at all. You just look at the results of their games this year. You look at, now they did lose to Forney, but they're up 19-3 on Forney right before halftime. They are a quality football team. And as I told our kids, they are capable of beating us. So we have got to show up and play our best.
Well, Coach, so got that coming this week. Anything else going on in the Hog Nation that you want to tell everybody about?
Well, we're in the grind of district play, and it is. I'm not trying to throw out a bunch of coach cliches, but it really is one game at a time for us. We've got to collect a couple of more to get in. And then we've got to collect a couple of more to be 10-6A champions. But all that matters for us is the one coming up this week and the opportunity to get to 3-0.
Well, you're certainly off to a good start. That's Coach, appreciate you joining us, and good luck as we head forward and keep up the momentum. I know everybody's excited. I know our viewing was way up this past week. A lot of that probably had to do with Rockwall being off, but a lot of people tuned in, and as you said, the media, everybody else, the rankings and all that comes along when you win and you have good quality wins, and you'll certainly have that. So, Coach, good luck to you, and we will look forward to talking again after the game.
Thank you.
That's Coach Rodney Webb on the Alliance Bank pregame show. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Wilkerson-Sanders Memorial Stadium, as we get set. Called the Heath Hogs and Royse City Bulldogs in this District 10-6A matchup. I'm Shannon Rudden alongside Justin Webb. And Justin, talking to Coach Webb right there, on par. Everything has gone his way so far this season, and a couple of huge games saw it pay off there last week.
I don't know if he'd argue that everything's gone his way, but the record is very impressive at 5-1, 2-0 in district. Hard to believe we've only got 4 district games left before hopefully a long playoff run for these Hawks. But as we've talked about several times already, there is no rest for the weary. Every game in District 10-6A is going to be a battle. Last week, a very exciting one against the North Forney Falcons, and should be an exciting one against these Royse City Bulldogs tonight. Just about 13 minutes away from kickoff as the Stingerettes the cheerleaders and the drill team are both on the field right now down by the Hawks tunnel. We're going to go to we're talking about the district standings. Get the graph up there, and for the first time all year, you went into last week's game. The Hawks, one of 3 unbeaten teams, along with North Forney and Longview. We didn't know we were going to come out of that as the Hawks, the only undefeated team, as they are now sitting at 2-0 in the district standings. North Forney, they're 6-1 on the season. Didn't know too, that was the first loss ever for the Falcons at the new North Forney Stadium. They only played 3 or 4 games there last year, and were of course undefeated this year. So the Hawks go on top of them, plus have the tiebreaker. Forney with the big surprising win last week over Longview. They're in the 3 spot, 2-1 on the district. Longview at 1-1. We know they're still going to be there. Still a lot of good football left to play. Rockwall also 3-3, 1-1 on the season, as they have a big game against Forney tonight. So all of these teams looks a lot like the SEC. Kind of, it's when they say the league kind of eats itself.
Still a long way to go for these Hawks, but certainly off to a good start.
Well, nice of you to bring up the SEC as I'll be heading towards the Arkansas A&M game. But yes, interesting District 10 6A standings. Every team with at least one loss. And again, there's going to be 4 teams out of these 7 that make the playoffs. So Tyler Legacy with 3 losses looking uphill for sure. And Royse City at 1 and 2. They cannot afford another loss. 3 losses is probably going to be enough to keep you out of the playoffs. So this game has a lot of meaning tonight. As you mentioned, Rockwall at Forney. We'll try to get you updates on that score. And then Longview and Tyler Legacy playing as well. The North Forney Falcons with the off week this week, Shannon.
So the Hawks taking on Royse City tonight. Then they still go at Longview next week. Always a tough road to go out there, especially on the long days, long day of school, and then going. Now this week, we've talked about the distractions and talk about the trap game. Talked with Coach Webb about that in his interview. But, I was out playing golf yesterday, saw a couple of the players out there late afternoon, of course, always juggling the spring break. It just changes the routine. But that's Coach Rodney Webb and his crew. They've been part of it before and expect them to stay focused here tonight against what is definitely going to be a tough Royse City Bulldog team.
Also heard a bunch of people going to the State Fair of Texas and had plenty of college football and a little bit of pro football to watch last weekend too. But yes, a lot of distractions, and Coach Webb's been preaching all season long. You cannot let up for any of these District 10-6A games. Any team in this district is capable of beating any other team, he believes.
Yeah, so going into tonight's game, we've talked about this team and where they're at. The Hawks being led by Prosper Neal, Carter Zom with a big game last week, and then, of course, that great receiving core for the Hawks.
Prosper Neal, 88 of 130, 68% completion percentage, 1,195 yards through the air, 14 touchdowns versus just 3 interceptions. On the rushing side of things, Carter Zom, 92 carries, 595 yards, averaging 6.5 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns on the ground for Zom. And then on the receiving core, Sean Gary leading the way, 51 receptions, 711 yards, 13.9 per reception, 6 touchdowns, followed by Isaac Smerslicker, 19 receptions, 287 yards, 15.1 per reception, and 4 touchdowns. Prince Hobbs third, but he is out of tonight's game, so we might see some other names in that receiving core tonight, Shannon.
Yep, definitely plenty of receivers making way as always. Just a well-balanced team. Coach talked about also your injuries throughout when you've got a tough district and you've got the 6 tough games like this. Obviously showing the depth, being able to overcome some of those. But so for tonight's game, like I say, they're on the offense. The defense for the Hawks, certainly, don't on a week like last week where there's 55 points scored, there were some great plays on that defense, especially led up front by Grant Moravik, Tyler Marsh, Juwan Lee, and then also on the rotation, showing the depth of this team, Jarrett Simpson, Riley Black, and Eddie Murphy. And I want to give a big shout-out to Jarrett Simpson. I saw him at the team dinner this week and apologized where we were sitting up there in the booth and the limited view that we had, or just so far away, we weren't sure who made the strip sack in the end zone for Luke Mitchell to get that touchdown. It was Jarrett Simpson, part of that big defensive line rotation, and a special shout out to those guys.
That was definitely a huge play, and the only defensive score the Hawks have had so far this season was Luke Mitchell recovering that fumble after Jarrett Simpson able to knock it out of Legend Bay's hand. That was a huge play for sure.
You bet. Then you go to those defensive backs, Zeke Cannon, Carson Adams, Luke Mitchell, and Landon Foster, the absolute best linebacking core around, the best one we've seen here, and it's really setting up well for District 10-6A, as we talked about seeing some of the best passing teams in the state early in the season. You got the Quincy and Keithan Jones on the corners, and then back there in that backfield, Dylan McCann and Colton Lawfrey. The defense is formidable.
Well, Zeke Cannon and Carson Adams leading the way in tackles, both with 30 tackles on the season, followed by Luke Mitchell with 26. Zeke Cannon with 10 assists as well, but Carson Adams now with 16 tackles for loss on the season. That is first by a wide margin. Second place on that category is Landon Foster with 4. But yes, this defense has been charging the quarterback, applying pressure, stopping the run most of the time, although last week it was a tale of two halves, Shannon, as in the first half they were able to hold the North Forney Falcons to only 207 yards, whereas they gave up 413 yards in the second half in what ended up being a crazy game.
Yeah, talking to everybody about that, sometimes you got to tip your hat to a young man named Legend Bay, who was absolutely incredible in that game. But like I say, it still came down to those few possessions. The Hawks made that one more play than North Forney was able to make, and a good overall win. The teams are on the field right now. The Hawks getting ready to run out of the tunnel. Hawks going to be wearing their white pants, red jerseys, white helmets with a black Harvard H. Royse City with the all-white uniforms and the sparkling, to say the least, silver helmets. They are in the north end zone warming up. Both teams getting set to come out of the tunnel. We are just about 5 minutes away as the horn blows, and here come the Hawks. Followed by the Little Hawks, a tradition set back at the beginning of the school, where young Hawks running out, dreaming of days when they'll be running out in uniform.
We'll be here before you know it, Shannon.
That's right. There's the Hawks flag crew running the flags down the sideline as Royse City will now go back for their tunnel. So, Justin, talking about this game, what will we see from Royse City?
Well, Royse City's had a great season so far, 5-2. They've averaged 42.7 points scored per game. They've only given up 24.3 points per game. And if you take out the loss to Rockwall, where they gave up 48, and the loss to Forney, where they gave up 40, and the 5 wins, they've allowed 21 points or less. So we'll have to wait and see if this Hawks offense can outdo this Royse City defense.
So Royse City running out of the tunnel on their side, wearing the those are some shiny chrome helmets, to say the least. Beautiful night here at the Hawks Nest. It is the wind barely blowing. It was blowing pretty significantly. It was at about 20 miles an hour earlier. Looks like it is settling down. Perfect night for football. Temperature in the high 70s, low 80s as the teams are going out for the coin toss. Shout out to Lisa Trammell down there with the camera. Lisa setting up our equipment, helping us out. Doing such a great job. Jet Trammell also over here.
Captains for the Hawks tonight, number 73, Marcus Cervedra. Number 9, Luke Mitchell. Number 34, Anthony Beltran. And number 6.
And Zeke Cannon.
Number 9.
Number 14.
Number 14, yes, Zeke Cannon.
They are conducting the coin toss. So Heath Hawks have won the toss and elected to receive. Coach Rodney Webb wanting to take the ball and go down and make a statement here.
They did a good job last week of scoring early and often, as they had a 42-21 lead at halftime. Hawks have been averaging 44.8 points per game scored.
So we'll go down the field for the national anthem.
Please direct your attention to the Rockwall Heath High School sideline. We are honored to introduce the Rockwall ISD Marine Corps Junior ROTC program presenting the colors tonight at Wilkerson-Sanders Memorial Stadium. Please rise as the Marine Corps Junior ROTC presents our nation's colors.
Starting offense for the Hawks. They will be receiving first. Prosper Neal, the junior quarterback. In the backfield, Carter Zom and Nick Phillips at the H-back. Receivers, Sean Gary on the left, Isaac Smersliger in the slot, and Madden Lozano on the right. Offensive line, Colton Wade will be starting at left tackle. Peyton Marsh at left guard. Marcus Saavedra at center. Ryan Locke making his first start at right guard. And Trey Johnson at right tackle.
Back deep for the Hawks, number 2.
Colton Lawfrey and Carter Zom back deep for the Hawks.
Number 23, Carter Zom.
All the Hawks pull out all the stops kicking off. Kind of expect to see similar from Royse City this week. They are fighting for their playoff lives.
Number 37, Emilio Brito. The kicker.
Emilio Brito set to kick it off for the Bulldogs. He's off deep, clear out of the back of the end zone. And the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 here. Hawks last week fumbled on the second play of the game. After that, scored on their next 6 drives, next 5 drives plus 1 defensive touchdown.
All 6 of those touchdowns as well.
The Hawks have definitely been on a roll. So Prosper Neal brings them to the line. Pistol formation. Phillips in the H-back. 2 receivers to the left. Smerslicker in motion. Takes the handoff, throws the slant, caught. On the left side, that is Madden Lozano, good for 8 yards. Hawk quickly back to the line.
Lozano fell down, able to get back up and still make the catch. Great first down.
2nd down 1 Empty backfield. Quick screen to the left, caught by Lozano. Has a little room, 10-yard gain out. We'll call it to the 43-yard line.
Lozano had 3 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown, already 2 tonight.
Brooks Davenport in at H-back instead of Phillips. Handoff now up the middle. Zom hit, spins out of 1 tackle, and then spins forward out of a second. It's going to be a gain of 3 after he was hit in the backfield. Still running no huddle. Twins to the right. Play action, looking down the right side all the way, going deep, has a man. Caught Sean Gary at the 10, touchdown. Sean Gary with a 57-yard touchdown from Prosper Neal, and just like that, the Hawks are up 6-0.
Gary able to get some separation, was wide open, adjusts to the ball, makes the catch, and runs it in another 10 yards, and the Hawks with a big lead here early. That was very quick, Shannon.
We have gotten used to it, as Sean Gary has been the leading receiver for the Hawks all year. That is his 7th touchdown receiving. Also has 1 passing. Bronson Mueller on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. That is our first M&D real estate touchdown of the night. Misty and Danny Perez will donate $50 for every touchdown to the Heath Hawks Booster Club. And the Hawks striking 58 seconds into this game. Justin?
Yeah, touchdown every minute. We might have a high-scoring game. That was very effective offensively. Now let's see what the defense can do.
As this is a don't blink offense, as you see why Coach wanted to take the opening kickoff, go right down and score. Now the defense will come out pending the kickoff. Winters and Mueller in the double kicker formation. Pooch kick down the right side. It's going to be fielded right at the 23, bringing it back across. Has some room. Number 4 for Royse City. That is Bryson Arney with a nice return out across the 40-yard line where they'll set up 1st and 10. Take a look at that Hawks defense starting lineup. The front three, we've talked about it. Grant Moravik, Tyler Marsh, Juwan Lee. Then the linebacking core, second to none. Landon Foster, Luke Mitchell, Zeke Cannon, and Carson Adams. Ethan Jones, Quincy Jones, the law office of Jones & Jones at the corners, and Colton Lawfrey. And I believe that is Dylan McCann starting, and Noah Dana will be holding down the safety position. Back to pass, looking deep down the left side, trying to match the Hawks. Pass goes incomplete, intended for Kamarian Clark. Fielded or defensed nicely by Colton Lawfrey.
Not a lot of separation there, and the ball was overthrown, but Colton Lawfrey able to stay step with him.
Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go, met by a host of Hawks. Right up the middle, and that has been tough sledding for anybody this season.
Group tackle led by 88 Juwan Lee on that play.
3rd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Takes snap, rolls to the right, overthrows his man. Going to bring up 4th down and 9. Out at the 44 right now, it looks like the offense is staying on the field as the pass from Jamarian Richardson just sailed high. So 4th down and 9. They are on their own 44-yard line. Gonna line up like they're going for it. Maybe, I think we're gonna step back and punt this one. Quick punt. Hawks unable to defend it. It's going to go out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. So the Hawks leading 7-0, 10-14 left to go in the first on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Hawks coming out for their second possession. Prosper Neal with the touchdown the first minute of the game. The Hawks offense continuing the pace. Neal fakes the handoff, keeper up the middle. It's going to be enough for a first down out across the 30. Gain of 11 yards, going to bring up 1st and 10.
No huddle as they quickly come back. Good job of play action and running up the middle for 11 by Neal.
2 receivers to the right. Neal looking to the right, has a man, Smerslicker, caught out across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back first downs to open this drive.
That one for 12 yards for Smerslicker.
Hand off to Zom, sidesteps the first tackle, but able to be brought down by a host of Bulldogs. Going to be a loss of 1 on the play. Clock rolling, under 9.5 minutes just underway here in the first period. Hawks scoring early. Now on their second position. Glad you could join us on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Empty backfield, quick screen out to Zom. Nice defense by the Bulldogs, able to stop that one immediately. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Zom's 11th reception of the season, over 100 yards through the air, plus a couple touchdowns. None more important than that overtime winning touchdown last week in North Forney.
Helmet coming off. That was got quite a bit of buzz on social media. So the Hawks with the muddle. Quick huddle. Break, 2 receivers each side. Neal back to pass. Looking for Gary on the screen pass, but nicely defended by the Bulldogs. Able to get their hands up and tip down at the line. And the Hawks, after 2 quick first downs, going to have to punt. And 4th and 10.
Where 99 Caden Williams able to get that ball knocked down, keep the Hawks from getting any positive yardage on that play.
Mueller on the punt for the Hawks. He has been a kicking machine, to say the least. This punt off the right side, that is going to go out of bounds inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. That's where Royse City will take over for their second possession. 8:16 left to go in the first period on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by the Toll Brothers, and they want you to know everything that sets the Toll Brothers apart. That would be the places they choose to build, their impressive architecture, their personalization options to suit your style, and the seasoned experts they have on your team. That's all that sets you on a path to a new home that you'll love. Discover the Toll Brothers Advantage.
First play for Royse City. Goes for 14 yards out across the 40-yard line.
Before Bryson Arney on the reception.
Handoff in the backfield. Grant Moravik on the mark there for the tackle, along with Luke Mitchell.
With 22, Xavier Watson on the carry for the Bulldogs.
And Carson Adams, all three. Loss of 1 yard. Back to pass, play action, trying to go deep. Has a man caught down to the 10-yard line. Excellent pass and excellent catch by number 4, Bryson Arney.
Tackled on the play by number 2, Colton Lawfrey.
Huge gain. Down to the 10-yard line. Hawks had good pressure. And now, Royse City, Marion Richardson brings them first down and goal down to the 10. Quick throw out to the left. Pass is bobbled and dropped. Intended for Crawford.
One Quincy Jones breaking up that play.
City showing how explosive they can be. That was a nice deep throw and catch. Second down, 10. Richards back to pass, tries to throw scrum out to the left. That's going to be intercepted. Zeke Cannon. A lot of room out in front of him and has an escort. Richardson cuts through the blockers, able to bring him down inside the 30. But Zeke Cannon with another interception. The Hawks defense coming up big again.
And if the quarterback, Jamian Richardson, doesn't make a great tackle, he was going to go all the way, Shannon. But yes, Zeke Cannon leads the team with 30 tackles. Already had 2 interceptions, now leads the team with 3 interceptions on the season.
You can see the Hawks had 4 blockers out in front, and Jamian Richardson able to knife through them and get the tackle. Zeke Cannon with the big rumble down inside the 30. Hawks setting up again for their third drive of the game here with 7:14 left to go in the first. So the Hawks offense back on the line. Davenport in motion to the left. Neal tucks it, going to run around the left side. It's going to pick up 10 yards himself as Royse City in quickly. Neal had to tuck that one pretty quick.
In the red zone again for the Hawks now at the 18-yard line.
First down and 10 from the 18. Hawks trying to convert the Zeke Cannon interception into points. Handoff, Zom up the middle, tries to kick it to the outside. This Royse City defense so far, keying on Zom, able to hem him up. We know he will break out at some point. Twins to the right. Handoff, Zom. This time able to shake one tackle. Helmet comes off again, still going. Believe they are going to call him dead where his helmet came off. That's the third time. Came off twice last week, including the game-winning touchdown.
I was fortunate enough to get just across the line to gain, so it will be first and goal now for the Hawks.
First down and goal. The Hawks electing to huddle.
Might need to check Zom's chin strap.
It has definitely been prone to coming off. Continues making an impact. Hawks. Zano in motion, fakes the jet sweep, rolls to the right, has a man in the end zone, just misses Davenport off the fingertips. Nice design play, and Prosper Neal missed one.
Davenport wide open and just missed it off his fingertips, so it's going to bring up a second and goal now from the 8.
Second down, goal from the 8. Nicely designed play as the Hawks fake the jet sweep. Able to sneak tight end off the backside. Wide open in the end zone. Prosper Neal knows he hits that one 9 out of 10 times. So timeout on the field. As the Hawks elect to take a timeout. And so far, Justin, wow.
Yeah, another exciting first quarter. It looked like the Royse City Bulldogs were going to tie this thing up as they had the ball deep in Hawks territory, but the interception as we'll see here again on replay, just runs in front of the route and makes the catch. Thought he was going to get all the way as the Hawks had several defenders there.
I was trying to see who blocked it. We can rewind it a little bit more. Trying to see who tipped the pass. As they were getting penetration there. Up. We're still amateurs at the instant replay, but as we go ahead and let it roll, Tristan Rodden doing a great job on the instant replays, trying to bring them to you. But we'll try to get who tipped the pass there, but Zeke Cannon bringing it back a long ways.
Brought it back to about the 30, but if the Hawks are able to punch us in and take a 2-score lead, I'd say this is a great start to another great game.
Second down goal from the 8. Let's come out. Back to the right. Neal, keeper on the delayed draw, running all the way, gets down to about the 5-yard line, going to set up third down and goal from the 5.
It's about the 6-yard line. Tackle made by number 27, Heath.
That's going to bring up a third down and goal as they mark it back to the 6. This is where Coach Rodney Webb gets creative. Third down and goal from the 6. Hawks trying to add to a 7-0 lead. Davenport in the H-back. Empty backfield. Zom split out to the right. Twins to both sides. Neal rolling to the left. Has a man caught wide open. Sean Gary for the touchdown.
Second touchdown of the night for Sean Gary. Second touchdown of the night for the Hawks as they have a 13-0 lead.
Nice design play as the Hawks had the Bulldogs spread out, finding his main man, Sean Gary, for his 8th touchdown reception of the season. 5:16 left to go. Mueller's kick is up and good. So with 5:16 left to go, in the first quarter, Hawks up 14-0.
Prosper Neal in shotgun and did a good job of buying himself time. We tried to get a replay there for you, but able to get out of the pocket, and Gary doing a good job of running his route, realizing that Prosper was in trouble, got open in the end zone and made the catch, took a hit, hung onto the ball. Second touchdown of the night.
A shout out to Coach Katie Hindelater and her trainers. I was down there talking with Coach Hindelater before the game and want to give a shout out to Olivia Josa, Rena Jackson, Adelaide Tra, Carrington Lay, Liz Whitfield, Carly Mashburn, Josie Arellano, and Faith Jean, the Heath Hawks trainers, working extremely hard, keeping these guys. They put in more, just as many, if not more, hours than the players all summer, all the way up to game day. Shout out to Coach Hindelater.
It's a full-time job for sure.
So 5:16 left to go in the first period. Hawks 14-0 as pooch kick going to be fielded right about 22-yard line. Out across the 33 where the Bulldogs will set up for their third drive.
Kickoff return by number 4, Bryson Arney for the Bulldogs.
So Jamian Richardson comes out, had the big play down to the 10 before the Zeke Cannon interception on the last drive. Now Royse City comes out trying to get something going here with 5:09 left to go in the first period. Richardson come to the left, nowhere to go. Short gain on the play as the Hawks defense on the spot, led by Carson Adams. Grant Moravik also in on that tackle. 4:48 left to go in the first. Play action, quick throw out to the left. Met immediately. Brought down by Cornelius Brown. As a quick play, Tay Angway. Is that how we're pronouncing that one?
I was going to let you do it first, Shannon.
That's why you let me have that one. 4:26 left to go in the first period. That's going to bring up, that was good enough for a first down. Down mark over there still showing fourth. They get it switched. Cornelius Brown now in at left tackle. Another handoff up the middle, brought down by all the Hawks.
Good job by number 9, Luke Mitchell, coming from behind and pulling him back. Only a gain of 1.
Xavier Brown on the run. Luke Mitchell got some pictures from Michelle Mitchell today of Luke and Tatum riding during field day back somewhere around 3rd or 4th grade. It's amazing how fast they all grow up. Second down and 9. Richards rolls to the right, hits a man in the flats, nowhere to go, as immediately Ashton Haney got brought down. Quick screen out to Haney again, caught, going to be enough for a first down. That's Quincy Jones on that previous tackle. Host of Hawks there, led by number 3, Dylan McCann on the tackle.
Bulldogs now with a couple first downs on this drive. 1st and 10 now from the Hawks 44.
Clock rolling under 3 in the first period. End off left side, met immediately.
Carson Adams, number 16, comes up and makes a play, drills the running back for just a small gain.
Xavier Brown getting to know these Hawks linebackers here early. Brings up second down and 10 from the 44. Richardson hands off again. Carried by Xavier Brown. Another first down as Royse City putting together another nice drive.
3rd first down now as it's 1st and 10 from the 29 of the Hawks.
Bulldogs driving down to inside the 10-yard line on their last drive. Now approaching the red zone. So they have first down and 10 from the 29. Trips to the left. Another handoff again to Brown.
Zeke Cannon, the first to get there for the Hawks. No gain on the play.
Big crowd from Royse City. Only had to travel the 12 or so miles.
Depending on the time of day.
It's always 12 miles regardless.
It feels like a lot longer sometimes.
12, but it just takes a little longer. That's what at 4 o'clock, is it more than 12 miles?
Depends which way you go, Shannon.
Have to take side roads, depending on which day.
Whatever Waze says.
We're with you there, Justin. 1:26 left to go in the first. Royse City calls their first time out. We'll take a quick break with them on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Sign Mart. Sign Mart of Rockwall is a proud supporter of the Rockwall ISD Athletics. If you need a sign or banner, reach out to Jake Sparks. Sign Mart on the square in downtown Rockwall is a proud sponsor of this Hawk broadcast.
Thompson making his season debut here in the spotters deck. And also we got Truman Nixon has already found him a replacement out there on the camera. That is Travis Rowlett out there. He must be Truman's brother-in-law. Quickly got put in the hot seat on the camera out there. Appreciate Travis. So second down at 11, play action. Richardson firing across the middle, has a man down to the 20. On second down and 11, that's enough for a first down. Nice throw by the Bulldog quarterback.
Marion Clark on the reception for the Bulldogs, and that's another Royse City first down as they are now in the red zone.
Second time in 3 possessions down inside the Hawks red zone. Hawks able to get an interception last time. Hand off to Brown up the middle.
Luke Mitchell mainly on the tackle there as the Hawks linebackers able to hold him to just a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Bring up second down and 6 down to the 16. So let me see. So Travis out there running camera. That must mean Truman must be over there on the Babes Chicken Fried Steaks. Second down, 6. Fakes the jet sweep. Richardson keeps it around the left side, has room. He's going to be into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. Cuts the Hawks lead 14-6.
Good play there as they fake the handoff to the right side, and Richardson runs to the left side untouched all the way into the end zone. There is a flag on the play, though, Shannon.
Like the Bulldogs may have gotten a hook on that on the edge, and that is the call. Going to be holding. That's going to negate the touchdown, bring it back. What was a 16-yard touchdown should bring it back to about the 26-yard line. Remains second down, the 21-yard line. We're on the 11.
I wasn't told the Royse City band yet, though. They're still playing the fight song.
Or pardon me, it was just the block was downfield. So it's going to bring up second down at 12 from the 22. Empty backfield. Richardson takes it, looks to the right now, looking down the middle. Going to overthrow it. Colton Lawfrey almost has the interception. They tried to slide the tight end down the crease, and Colton Lawfrey on the coverage with 7 seconds left to go here in the first period.
Yeah, Lawfrey knows he almost had that one. He was going to make a big hit, and the ball overthrown, got his hands on it, but just a little bit too high. Otherwise, we'd have had another interception in the red zone.
Player down on the field. We're going to take a quick break, come back. Hawks leading the Bulldogs 14-0.
I'm Zach Riddle with Riddle Brothers Roofing and Construction. We're proud to be your local roofing experts right here in Rockwall. Whether it's storm damage or roof replacement or just making sure your home is protected, we bring quality craftsmanship and a commitment to doing things the right way. We're also proud supporters of the Rockwall Heath Hawks this season because building strong roofs and building a strong community go hand in hand. From our family to yours, go Hawks!
Back here at Wilkerson-Sanders Memorial Stadium. Remember, you can text in 972-742-3877. Let us know where you're listening from, who you're cheering for, as we have several. Let's speak with Stokely's Jacket for Life podcast. Mr. Stokely saw him down there in pregame, told him I'd give him a little love on the air. Former Rockwall quarterback, 1975. Also Jessica Courtney, as always. Watching in. So third down and 12 for the Bulldogs. Second trip inside the red zone. Also got Paul Shaw and Aaron Shaw saying go Heath Hawks and vote for the Bader. Richardson rolling to the right. Caught by number 7. It's going to get down right at the first down marker.
Cole Crawford on the reception, just about a yard short of the first down.
Former Hawk Ian Morgan also watching in.
That's the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Hawks leading the Royse City Bulldogs, with the Bulldogs knocking on the door. The Hawks lead 14-0. We'll go to the second. Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Here. Go to the second quarters. The Hawks picking up right where they left off on offense, scoring 2 of their first 3 drives. Justin Webb.
Been an impressive start. This 4th and 1, definitely a big play if they can get another stop here defensively. Keep this a 2-score game. It's been an impressive drive for the Bulldogs, though. They've been getting 3 or 4 first downs already, so they've been hard to stop.
They will switch ends of the field. The Hawks wearing the red jerseys, white pants, white helmet, black Harvard H tonight. Royse City wearing the all-white unis with the sparkling chrome helmets. So we'll start out 4th down at about half a yard, as the ball is just outside the 10-yard line. First down marker just inside the 10-yard line. 4th down and 1. Keeper, right side, easily has the first down. Gain of 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up first down and goal from the 7.
Nice job by Richardson getting the first down and then some. So first and goal now from the 7 for the Bulldogs.
Quick huddle, reverse on the run to number 4. But Zeke Cannon meeting them in the backfield, nowhere to go. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards lingering at 2nd down and goal.
Nice job by the Hawks staying in their position, not getting confused by the reverse there and making a tackle for a loss.
Royse City offense having their moments here. They have been able to move the ball on this Hawks defense. 2nd down goal from the 10. Shotgun, Richardson. Play action, tries to throw it on the slant, broken up by number 3. That is number 2, Colton Lawfrey on the defense.
Yeah, Colton Lawfrey doesn't make that impact. That was going to be caught, so he definitely broke that play up. We got 3rd and goal now from the 10.
Richardson does a good job freezing on the play action, but Lawfrey, the big play, going to take it back. 3rd down and goal from the 10. Got to figure Royse City's bound to be in 4-down territory here, unless they do not move forward. Hawks defense trying to bow up for the 2nd time here early in the game. 3rd down and goal from the 10. Royse City will call a timeout as Coach Drew Colvin saw something that he did not like. Going to call a timeout. We'll take a quick break with him. 11:08 left to go in the first half on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Griffin Heat Shield. Griffin Heat Shield is a proud supporter of Rockwall ISD Athletics. Visit their website at griffinheatshield.com for more information. Thank you, Griffin Heat Shield, for sponsoring this broadcast.
Appreciate Tristan Rodden on the readers. As you see the Hawks cheerleading squad down there.
Any of them look familiar?
I do see one right in the middle, one Tatum Rodden. This is the 20th year that there has been a Rodden in a Hawk uniform, as that is her down there socializing. Also, I believe Travis' daughter is our cameraman. His daughter's also down there. So 3rd down and goal from the 10. Man in motion. Fakes the jet sweep. Nowhere on the right side. Touchdown. Jamian Richardson. Nice design play by the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
and they cut the Hawks lead.
Misdirection definitely worked that time as Richardson almost untouched as he gets in the end zone on a 3rd and goal from the 9 play for the first score of the night for the Bulldogs.
Nice drive for the Bulldogs, answering the Hawks, going on 2 of their first 3, and that was the second deep drive by the Bulldogs, able to cash it in. The extra point is up and good. So with 11:02 left to go in the first half, Hawks leading 14-7.
I'm Erin Neal, the principal agent and owner of Hamby Insurance. I am passionate about serving the local community and the surrounding areas. My goal is to take the hassle out of buying insurance. I want to educate you on what you're buying and help you make an informed decision. Whether it's personal or commercial insurance, my team and I will be here every step of the way to make sure you are getting the satisfaction you need and the coverage you deserve. My promise to you is that we will never hard sell you insurance, use slick sales techniques, or pressure you into making a decision that you're not comfortable with. Call us today at 972-285-0381 to find the best coverage to fit your need. My commitment is to give you unparalleled service, and remember, Hamby helps.
11:02 left to go in the first half as we are having a blast here at Wilkerson-Sanders Memorial Stadium, and the Hawks just 3 weeks away from the end of the regular season, 4 weeks away from the playoff season, as the Hawks closing in on stamping that trip, with Royse City answering the Hawks drive with a touchdown of their own. 11:02 left to go. As we saw last week, 21 points is not the same as 21 points once was. It's kind of like the trip to Royse City's different distance, right, Justin?
Definitely depends which direction you go, Shannon, but
21 points is still 21 points, though, I think, right?
well, Hawks off to a 14-0 lead before the Royse City Bulldogs finally able to get it in. This game is far from over with 11 minutes left here in the second quarter. Hawks need to have a good drive here, put some more points on the board.
So the Hawks need to go 75 yards depending on what time of the game it is. They take over first down and 10. 11:02 left to go in the first half. Beautiful night here in Rockwall. Wind has died down. It was blowing pretty stiff during pregame. Schmerzliger in motion. Handoff, Zom sidesteps the first tackle, shakes out of it, has room up the left side. Zom across the 50, down to the 40. Turns into the defender and is ran out of bounds at the 40. That is a 35-yard gain for Carter Zom.
Already led the team with 595 yards on the ground coming to this one, but we've seen several big runs like that one all season long by number 23.
Walks quickly back to the line. Phillips in motion, design draw. Neal brought down from behind for no gain on the play.
Number 2, Kyron Reyes on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Hawks with some injuries on the offense. Colton Wade, Peyton Marsh now on that left side with that big run for the big run. Second down, 10. Screen pass to the right side, Sean Gary, but caught immediately as the Hawks twice now, 2 plays in a row, close to breaking it, but the nice defense by the Bulldogs. So third down and 8 now. Hawks with 2 receivers to each side. Zom in the backfield. Now goes in motion on the right side. They hit him. Sidesteps one tackler again, but Royse City being stingy. This is going to bring up a 4th down and 5. And the Hawks right now are going to send out the kicking team, as this is going to be a 50-plus yard field goal. Bronson Mueller, we have seen him with this easily from this distance before, going to be from the hash mark. The wind is at his back. It's going to be a 52-yarder from the right hash. Snap is down, kick is on the way, hits the crossbar, goes through. Kick is good from 52 yards by Bronson Mueller, and he needed every inch of it.
Well, his long before that one was 46, but yes, that was a 52-yarder, not an inch more, as that one hits the crossbar and bounces the right direction, and the Hawks again with a 2-score lead.
See the kick, he got all of it, hits the crossbar, and gets across. So with 8:48 left to go in the first half, Hawks now lead by 10, 17-7.
There's not very many Texas high school football teams that can kick 52-yard field goals, Shannon. That's impressive.
That is his second kick, maybe his third. Need to check that, over 50 yards this year. No, previous long.
He's 6 for 9 before this one. I think he made one from 50, but it was called back by a penalty, so it didn't count. But that one counts, 52 yards in the books, and a very impressive 3 points to make it a 2-score game again.
8:48 left to go in the first half. Hawks leading Royse City 17-7. Hawks with the 2-kicker system here. Winters, he will also be kicking at the next level. Mueller kicks this one. It will go out of the end zone for a touchback. Bulldogs will bring it out to the 25. So 8:48 left to go in the first half, and Tristan Rodden, I want to talk about Rockwall Ford. Jeff Hicks was able to go buy a Bronco this summer. Jeff Hicks and company hooked me up. I was able to get the aftermarket products put on it. Couldn't be happier. Appreciate the folks at Rockwall Ford as Royse City comes back out.
Rockwall Ford also helping us get a hard top for Scott Webb's Bronco. Appreciate those guys.
Call Jeff Hicks and company. They will taking care of our community as first handoff, nowhere to go, be tackled at the line of scrimmage.
22 Xavier Watson on the carry for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs with 2 impressive drives in a row, able to cash in the last one. Hawks have scored on 3 of their 4 possessions so far.
A lot of the Bulldog success by number 1, the quarterback Richardson, running the ball.
Richardson play action, looking down the right side, has some time now, flushed out to the left, throws that one away. There are flags on the play. Chased out by big number 98, Jared Simpson. Jared Simpson was chasing me, I would get rid of it as well. As flag on the play. 10-yard penalty. Holding the call on the Bulldogs. That's going to back them up 10 yards, bring up 2nd down and 20. Play action, looking down the middle, has a man caught. Lawfrey making the tag of not for a gain of 14. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be a 14-yard gain out to the 34-yard line.
Bryson Arney on the reception for the Bulldogs.
Now makes it 3rd and manageable at 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Handoff, 22 around the right side, breaks through the first line. chugs across the 50-yard line down to the 47. Royse City offense moving again.
It's not easy when you had 2nd and 20, but the Bulldogs made that look pretty easy as they've got 2 first downs now and are in Hawks territory again.
Bulldogs quickly back to the line. Looking down the left side. Overthrows his man on the curl route. Has a nice coverage there by, look like Landon Foster, if I'm seeing number 8 correctly.
I think it was Keith and Jones.
Oh, Keith and Jones on the 0, at the 0 and the 8. Looking similar from this distance.
0s and 8s always look the same.
2nd down 10. 22 with the carry around the left side. Colton Moffrey and Jared Simpson. First to the point of attack. Gain of 1 on the play. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 9. Probably 4 down territory here. They're in plus yardage. Looking back to the right, Hawks on a blitz. Richardson able to come out of it, pulls it up, throws it down the left side, has a man. Ball just underthrown, and nice defense by Keith and Jones.
It really was, Shannon. I thought the quarterback was just throwing it away, but the receiver was there, and Keith and Jones able to get his hand in the middle of it, knock it out, and incomplete, which would have been a big first down for the Bulldogs. Offense staying on the field at this point.
Tay Angwai. Let's say Angu, the intended receiver. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10, and the clock was rolling down. Looked like Royse City going to have to call a timeout.
There's a flag down for delay of game.
So they did call the delay of game, as the officials are going to get together and confer. They were right there in no man's land whether or not they punt. Hawks leading 17-7, 6:35 left to go in the first half. As let's get the call. Coach Drew Colvin, the Bulldogs, out talking to the officials, wants an explanation. Now the officials will get together. Appreciate everybody listening on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Remember, you can text in 972-742-3877. Got a Bulldog fan texting in for Ashton Heaney, number 9. Got Coach Webb, got a former Bulldog still pulling for the Dogs. Said number 1 of Coach Rodney Webb's Bulldogs. Coach Webb coached at Royse City, then went over to Mesquite Horn before coming to Rockwall for so many years. Most of the people out there in the Hawk Nation remember his years in Rockwall. Went to Denton Geyer, now back full circle back here.
Coach Webb also getting a chance to talk to the officials as the flag's going to be waved off. We'll redo 4th and 9.
4th down and 9. James McNatt enjoying the game from Wichita Falls. Son is a coach, Michael McNatt, on the defense side. Now Royse City's going to call the timeout. Going to catch up here a couple of, seeing a lot of new names, so I'm having to make sure that we read them all correctly and make sure we're not getting any jokes here. But Nick Phillips, number 10, got grandparents Bruce and Rochelle texting in from Rowlett. Also, watching from the Holy Grounds Food Yard in Royse City, saying go Dogs. So got a lot of Royse City Bulldog fans texting in. We'd love to hear it. And hello to the Heath Hawks from Washington, D.C., as we are going all the way across the country, saying good luck to the team. And Sean Gary from Aunt Mary and cousin Michelle. Also got Grandma Brenda from Portland, Oregon. So we just went coast to coast for Ryan Vassell.
Check the timestamp on that Sean Gary, because he's already had 2 touchdowns in this game. So keep bringing the text.
And, of course, Barry and Stephanie Luff always watching and cheering on the Hawks. Always good to hear from the Luffs. And Jay McGee, he's been on our broadcast staff before, saying let's go win the day. Always good to hear from him. And, of course, said earlier, the Shaws. Paul and Aaron listening in. So glad we're getting all that action. Rockwall City Sports Network. 4th down and 9. Richardson back to pass, looking to the right. Now throws it down the left side. Nowhere to go. Nice defense by the Hawks. And the Hawks defense comes up big, turns the ball over.
Yeah, great.
To the offense.
Great job there getting the stop. Put a lot of pressure on Richardson in the background. Pass was kind of just a prayer. But the Hawks now take the ball over almost at midfield, already with the 2-score lead with 6:28 remaining in the second quarter.
Got a picture in from Tess Rodden. And also got Grandpa down there with her. Tess is in from Knoxville. She's in the stands telling me that Tatum's bio was wrong and doesn't realize that that is not me on the PA system. So the Hawks come back out for their 5th possession of the game. 3 out of 4 so far. And scoring 6:28 left to go in the first half. Twins to the right. Looking to the left. Has a man caught. Lozano. Going to be another. That is I believe, his 4th reception.
Definitely a season high so far for Lozano getting the start tonight.
Up for the first down to the 44-yard line. Hawks come to the line. Handoff. Left side. Hawks have room. Number 21 on the carry. That is not number 21. Number 27, excuse me. That is Brian Wamba on the big carry. Rumbles down inside the 10-yard line.
Hawks now goal to goal. Going to be 1st and goal from about the 7.
6:02 left to go. Wamba in the backfield. This time a keeper around the right side, cuts it inside. Prosper Neal battles his way down forward to the 2-yard line. As on the RPO keeper for Prosper Neal, that's going to bring up 2nd down, goal from the 2.
Tough run there by Neal. The Hawks now with 2nd and 2 and a chance to punch it in.
Wamba in the pistol formation. Hawks 2 receivers to the left. 1 to the right. Phillips goes in motion. Keeper. Neal up the middle, right at the goal line. Going to be brought down just short. It's going to bring up 3rd down, goal from the 1.
Saavedra getting his helmet ripped off. They're going to make him come out for a play. He's the center. I'll be interested to see if Coach calls a timeout here.
Yeah, Hawks probably going to call a timeout here as their quarterback and their center. Probably worth a timeout.
Yeah, Coach wanting to run some clock first before he calls the timeout.
And that's exactly what he will do. 2 helmets come off. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 1. So Rodney Webb's going to let the play clock run down and call the timeout. So Justin Webb, the Hawks offense, picking up right where they left off, but a very game Royse City team so far.
No doubt about it. This Royse City Bulldogs team's impressive. They've had several good drives offensively. Hawks need to score this touchdown and put some more distance between them. 3rd and 1, I would assume 4-down territory as you already have a 10-point lead. But a touchdown here makes a little bit of breathing room in a district where 21 points doesn't mean much of anything, does it, Shannon?
It does not, but the Hawks, impressive all season. We talk about it. This is Coach Rodney Webb's 3rd season, and the art of the screen pass. I was talking to one of the parents this week, and were talking about how Coach was even talking about it during the quarterback club on Monday night, showing just with the fakes, the linemen, the release, everything that goes into the screen pass, and this team really starting to hit on all cylinders.
Well, we've been around for a few years when he didn't have great screen game and would complain about it, so it's fun to see it finally come around here in year 3. He's definitely using it and has a lot of tricks in the bag, as you said last game. Be nice to pull one out here and score a touchdown.
So 3rd down and goal from the 1. Rylan Locke and Trey Johnson over there on that right side. Hawks shifting to the right. Wamba carried to the right. Neal gets behind that offensive line into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks. Johnson and Ryan Locke clearing the way. The Hawks running student body right. Prosper Neal getting in for another touchdown, and the Hawks go up 24-7.
It was a powerful one-yard run into the end zone, and getting a little bit of unnecessary roughness at the end. No flag thrown, but the Hawks with another touchdown now, extra point away from a 24-7 lead.
Hawks with a couple of injuries, and Ryan Locke stepping up big time there as the kick is up and good from Winters. So with 4:35 left to go, Hawks leading the Royse City Bulldogs 24-7. The Rockwall ISD Sports Network. .35 left to go in the half. Hawks picking up right where they left off last week. Scoring on 4 out of 5 offensive drives so far in the first half.
Hawks received the kickoff to start the game, so the Bulldogs will receive it after halftime at 4:35. Be important for the Hawks not to let the Bulldogs get a score here before halftime, and then an opportunity to get another score right after the half.
Ended up being huge last week. We were in a similar situation. The Hawks scored, able to get a stop right before the half, keep that 21-point lead, because we saw what happened in the second half as North Forney came storming back. Onside kick to the left. Hawks trying to get it. Ball's on the ground. Now rolling around. Hawks are going to get it, but there is a flag on the play.
That was a crazy play, Shannon. Several players with an opportunity to recover it before it's finally recovered by 31. Coach Webb not excited about this call, though.
Coach Webb out having a conversation as he is not sure what the penalty was, but one of the Royse City players tried to pick it up and run with it, unable to come up with it, and the Hawks able to get it. We're going to see what the officials say. It's Coach Rodney Webb not happy about the call. Try to see if we can see if someone was offsides. So he had a man in motion. I could not see from the replay there exactly when. Coach Rodney Webb is irate.
The last time we saw them get a penalty on a successful offsides, he did another offsides kick. Coach Webb very upset.
So we're going to see what the call is, what the official. He's lining up for another kickoff. They're going to back him up 5 yards. So not sure if it was the motion or an offsides. I believe it had something to do with the motion.
Pretty sure when we interview him this week, he'll have something to say about it.
Yeah, we can probably get a reaction, but the Hawks had pulled off another onside kick. Is that right here before the half? See if that factors. So the Hawks now having to kick off from the 35. Kickoff down the left. It's going to be fielded about the 9-yard line. Brought out, tackled right around the 30, where the Bulldogs will take over. 4:21 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs offense has been impressive, but the Hawks offense even more.
Number 24, Ryan Vassell on the tackle for the Hawks on the kickoff coverage.
These high-scoring games comes down to stops, which the Hawks have the one interception. Zeke Cannon inside the red zone, able to take that one the other way. That is the difference in the game right now. Hawks leading 24-7. Bulldogs trying to answer before the half. Richardson fakes the handoff, keeper up the middle. Gain of 5 yards, going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
Dylan McCann coming up from free safety, making that tackle.
McCann missed a few games early in the season. He's fully healthy. This is 3rd game back. Handoff left side, has room. McCann with the tackle, but not before a gain of 10.
Be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs on the move. Up to the 45. Two receivers to the right. Richardson, play action, hit immediately. The ball comes out as that is number 16, Carson Adams, lighting up Richardson. Still working on getting all the pads back in the right spot as Carson Adams with a huge hit there.
Shot up the middle like a rocket. We've seen it several times this season. Leads the team with tackle for loss.
2nd down, 10. And off up the middle. Another gain of 10 just like that. It's Royse City able to move it forward as they cross into Hawks territory. Coach Shannon Carter, we know he's going to dial up the blitzes. But so far, Royse City having the answers. Richardson hands off, but caught in the backfield immediately by a swarm of Hawks. Nowhere to go for Xavier Brown.
Eddie Murphy, number 91, in on the tackle from the nose guard position.
Another tackle for loss. Brings up 2nd down, 13. Bulldogs back to the line. 2 receivers to the right. As the faux clap, look across to change the play. Clock rolling, 2:43 left to go in the first half. Hawks with a 24-7 lead. Richardson rolls to the right. Chase has to get rid of it. Completion down inside the 40. Another big play for the Bulldogs. Bring up 3rd down, manageable.
Colton Lawfrey in on the tackle. Bring up 3rd and 3.
Bryson Arney on the catch for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 3. Richardson hands off, caught in the backfield. The Hawks ready for it. That is big number 8.
Landon Foster coming up, making a big tackle. Going to bring up 4th down now.
That's going to make it 4th down and 9. We do have another timeout on the field, as that was a superb play there by Landon Foster. Also trying to see who got in there with him. That is
Tyler Marsh, number 92.
Nope, number 98.
Oh, Jared
Simpson. There's Jared Simpson with another big play. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This ARC broadcast is brought to you by American National Bank of Texas. They know that many of their customers and communities continue to feel economic uncertainty, but they're always here to lend a hand in these good times and not so good times. That's why they want to remain your bank for life. From helping local businesses accessing vital funding to making it easier for yourself at home and on the go, they're committed to providing the tools for providing the financial tools and resources that you need for today and for tomorrow. Thank you, American National Bank of Texas, for sponsoring this broadcast.
Stay tuned at halftime for the Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show, and the Mighty Hawk Band will be performing.
Big 4th and 9 coming up here, Shannon, with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the half.
Royse City has moved the ball well tonight. There's a 2:07 key moment in the game. Hawks able to turn them away on their last possession.
Well, stop here would not only keep them from scoring, but also give the Hawks a short field with about 2 minutes left and 1 timeout remaining.
That is the Hawks offense still going. Like we said, they led by 21 last week at halftime. Had a big stop there. So 4th down and 9. Back to the action. Hawks defense trying to come up with another stop. Man in motion. Richardson, hands off, has a clear running down the right side. Has a nice play on the delayed draw. And that is Xavier Brown for the first down. Another nicely designed run by this Bulldog offense.
Richardson doing a good job of faking the handoff, it looked like, but Richardson had given the ball, and Xavier Brown able to get a big first down there now at the 27-yard line.
So that is going to be the 122nd notification before halftime.
That trademarked yet?
That's trademarked. So there'll be 1:53, 2-minute warning when we come back on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
You know that Rest Haven has been a part of this community for over 50 years. Dwayne and Ann Kane founded this business in order to take care of the families in the community. I've taken on that, and I want to keep doing it for each and every one of you. I grew up here in Rockwall, and it's important to me that this community continues to operate the way it always has. That is neighbor taking care of neighbor. When I lost my dad, Rest Haven took care of my family, and it is my intention to take care of as many families as I can in the future.
Back to Wilk, 1st down and 10. Royse City trying to cut into this Hawks 24-7 lead. They do get the ball coming out in the second half. Late keeper up the middle, breaks through, touchdown. Jamian Richardson on the run, 27-yard touchdown. And the Bulldogs cut the Hawks lead 24-13.
That is not what you wanted for the Hawks defense, but a good job by the Bulldogs. Another fake handoff, and then Richardson just hangs on right up the middle, breaks a tackle or two, and a touchdown with 1:46 left. Going to make this potentially a 24-14 game.
The Hawks defense, the Bulldogs have gotten the Hawks over pursuing. So with 1:46 left to go in the first half, Hawks lead cut to 10. The Hawks will still have time coming back out as 1:46, not a long time, or no problem for the Hawks' explosive offense as well.
Still have 1 timeout left, and of course the clock stops to reset the chains on first downs, but we've seen the Hawks score in 58 seconds to start this game, so definitely enough time. And don't forget the field goal kicking capabilities of the Hawks as well. Updated score from District 10-6A, Rockwall Yellow Jackets 35, Forney 21, second quarter.
Yellow Jackets, that is a key matchup going on over there, as that is in a shootout. We've been part of a shootout over in Forney recently. So 1:46 left to go here in the first half. Royse City to kick off that extra point. It'll be interesting Talked to Coach after the game, but the Hawks could have got that onside kick. Changes the complexion as well, but nevertheless, 1:46 left to go. Does the Hawks offense stay aggressive here?
They need to, Shannon. They need to keep their pedal to the metal and keep putting points on the board, because the Bulldogs are not giving up, I can promise you that.
Hawks have scored on 4 out of 5 possessions so far. Talked about the one big stop. The Hawks got the interception. Big difference in the game. So Prosper Neal brings them back out. We'll see the 2-minute offense. Not that we don't all the time. Pistol formation. Davenport in at H-back. 2 receivers to the right. Smerslicker in motion. Back to pass under pressure. Fumble. Picked up by the Bulldogs. This is going to be a game changer, as the Bulldogs had the all-out blitz, got to Prosper Neal, and the Royse City Bulldogs with a big turnover right here before the half. 1:36. They're going to take over down inside the 10-yard line of the Hawks.
Huge play in the game. As you can see, Prosper Neal didn't feel the pressure until it was too late. Ball falls out. Looked like it went through several players' hands before the Bulldogs finally come up with it, and they've got 1st and goal. Chance to score here, and then a chance to score again when they get the ball after halftime.
So 1:36 left to go in the half. So now not only are the Bulldogs, we just mentioned, getting the second half kickoff, they could close this to less than a touchdown here. And see the Bulldogs coming out with a little extra pep in their step.
Number 21, Krishawn Terry, able to come up with the fumble for the Bulldogs.
Man in motion. Quick throw out to the left, looking for the halfback pass. Throws it away wisely, as the halfback, that is Bryson Arney, came in motion, took the pass, but the Hawks defense not biting.
Great job by Dylan McCann. He saw that play, saw that it was a backwards pass, did not let go of that receiver, and was all over him, so there was nowhere to pass that ball.
1:30 left on the clock here in the first half. Hawks defense trying to come up big again. Carney in motion. Keeper on the right side. Bulls his way into the end zone. Another touchdown by Jamian Richardson as the Bulldogs offense keeps coming at you.
That's 14 points pending this extra point by the Bulldogs in the last 23 seconds. So, as I mentioned, these Bulldogs are not going to go away, Shannon.
So both teams have had the one big defensive stand, or the turnover. Bulldogs easily cashing that one in with 1:23. We've got a whole different ball game. Kick is up and good. So now the Hawks offense comes out with a little more pressure on them, as the Bulldogs defense coming up big their last possession. And as we've seen, District 10 6A, all teams good. See the shootout going on over there in Forney. Rockwall up big early, but looks like Forney has just come back and scored, so they've got a 1-touchdown game right now as they get closer to the half. But this is what you get in District 10 6A.
Yeah, we got 56-55 last week. I hope we don't get that high this week. But, yeah, plenty of offense and plenty of scoring in District 10 6A for sure.
Now 1:23 left to go. See how aggressive the kickoff is. No, I wouldn't count an onside kick out if the Hawks were kicking off. Kickoff deep. That's going to get into the end zone. Hawks going to bring it out across the 20, as Quincy Jones was back deep for the Hawks, and that'll cost the Hawks 5 yards as they will take over at the 20. First down and 10. Minute 15 left to go in the first half. Hawks last time dropped back to pass, got tackled immediately. You got to figure the Bulldogs going to be bringing the blitz here.
We definitely do not want another turnover, that's for sure. You got to protect the ball, but I sure would like to see the Hawks try to get another score here. Minute 15 left and 1 timeout.
Yep, Carter Zom has been hemmed up for the most part tonight.
Got 5 carries for 46 yards. He's averaged 9.2. Had that 1 big carry, but other than that, been held to 2 or 3 yards most of the time.
So the Hawks now coming back out. Minute 15 left, only a 3-point lead. 2 receivers to the right. Licker in motion. Back to pass, rolling to the left. Neal looking for his man, makes the throw out of bounds. Second down, 10.
Well, the Bulldogs do not have any timeouts, so if the Hawks are not able to get a first down, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run some clock here.
Be surprised to see a run, trying to get it out, like you say, across, at least get a first down. Get the drive going. Davenport in motion. Quick throw out to Davenport. Ball falls incomplete on the screen pass. That's going to stop the clock at 1:03 and bring up third down and 10.
Definitely not what the Hawks want there. Not only is it 3rd and long, but I only took 3 seconds off the clock. So they need a first down, but they need to run some time either way. Do not want to punt to these Bulldogs with a minute left.
Bulldogs defense definitely excited now. So that's going to bring up third down and 10. Quick pass out to the right, caught, but brought down immediately is Sean Gary. That's going to make it 4th down and 5, and the Hawks going to have to punt. They're going to run the clock first.
About a 17-second differential from the play clock to the game clock, so Coach Webb likely going to wait till 1 second left, call the timeout, and then punt this ball away.
So the Bulldogs coming up big as they're going to get the ball to coming out the second half. They have already scored 14 points here in the last 2 minutes, and their defense coming up big twice.
Definitely are. A couple dropped balls and just an unfortunate situation for the Hawks, but still plenty of football left. Last week it was 42-21, and we saw what happened last week. So second half definitely a big part of this 10-6A Texas high school football district.
So the Hawks going to call a timeout with 19 seconds and set up the punt. Coach Rodney Webb not happy right now as go back to those key plays. The Hawks had a 17-point lead, had gotten the onside kick. There was some type of definitely a disagreement on the penalty. Caused the Hawks to have to kick it again, and since then, Bulldogs rolling off 14 points plus the 2 big stops is going to appears to be going into halftime no worse than a 3-point deficit and the ball coming back out. Nice job by the Bulldogs fighting here as Coach Drew Colvin and his crew definitely going to be more excited going into halftime.
Until there's 0 seconds left, this half is not over. So the Hawks need to cover on the punt here, need to try to get a stop and not let any more damage be done, and then get back into halftime in their locker room, make some adjustments for the second half.
So we'll take a break before the Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show as Mueller just gets the punt off the left side of his foot. It is only going to get out, not even out to midfield as Mueller had bobbled it. Looks like they are going to say it went out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Royse City, you would say, we've seen their kicker kick it out of the end zone a couple of times. What wind there is blowing now will be blowing at in his face. So we have seen even though the flags aren't showing to be blowing much, we have definitely seen the ball travel further from right to left on the screen. So the Bulldogs now with 12 seconds trying to add to these 14 points they've already scored in the last 2 minutes. Richardson back to pass. Gets brought down in the backfield. Grant Moravik and Carson Adams on the sack, and that is going to do it for the first half.
Nice job there by the defense to end the half. Get back in the locker room, make some adjustments, come out and try to win this football game.
So the Hawks up 24-21 over the Royse City Bulldogs. We'll be right back for the Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show on the Mighty Hog Band.
This halftime show is brought to you by Rest Haven Funeral Home. Rest Haven Funeral Home has been a part of our community for over 50 years. We're proud of the relationship we've built with the Kane family and now the Johnson family. Rest Haven Funeral Home is a proud supporter of the Rockwall ISD Athletics and the sponsor of this halftime show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your 2025-2026 award-winning Royse City High School Golden Dead. Leading the deck tonight are social officers Alexa Sanchez, Sophia Jimenez, and head social officer Peyton Tonish, Dave officer Lieutenant Aubrey Fisher, Lieutenant Amaya Wilkerson, Lieutenant Katie Cox, Golden Dead were under the direction of Director Mrs. Savannah Robinson and Assistant Director Mrs. Caitlin Durrell. Please welcome for 2025-2026 Varsity Golden Dead as they perform their spring routine to the hit song, You Give Love a Bad Name.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the Royse City High School Mighty Bulldog Band. Drum majors for the Mighty Bulldog Band are Jada Nienstedt, Avery O'Neill, Aloma Porter, and Alexis Quiros. Outstanding marchers of the week are Alexi Cerrito, Jose Pineda, and Mackenzie Monterey. Outstanding leadership team members of the week are Tabitha Trice, Natalia Gonzalez, and Seamus Andrews. Outstanding section of the week is the production crew. For Royse City Band, we would like to thank all of our band parents, boosters, and administrators for all of their support this season. The band will be performing their UIL competition show entitled Blink. Soloists in the show include Mallory Pruitt, Kendrick Don, Alexa O'Neill, Noah Phillip, William Smith, and Adrian Garrett. Here is the Royse City High School Mighty Bulldog Band. Ladies and gentlemen, Rockwall Heath High School proudly presents the 21st line of the national champion dance team, the Heath High Steppers. The High Steppers, known as the Art of Heath, will continue tonight while performing their traditional entrance to the song Stepping on My Heart. From the Broadway
And now for your halftime entertainment, the Mighty Hawk Band.
The Steppers are proud to announce Miss World Female Billy Johnson, Miss Johnson, and Yoka, Miss High Kick, Aya Gulani, Line Major, Charlotte Fieldsman, Brunette Major, Annie Nagy, Dance Instructors, Billy Johnson, Robin Baker, Rachel Kavinskas, Sexton Neighbor, Gabby Santana, and Vanessa Salazar. High Stepper of the Week is Miss Gabby Santana. High Stepper Manager is Miss Abigail Rawson.
now we want to recognize our award-winning officers, Lieutenant Aubrey Jones, Lieutenant Kira Dixon, Lieutenant Keith Phillip, First Lieutenant Patty Yeoman, and front and center give a hearty salute to our award-winning captain, Miss Maya Iwani. And now the high steppers will perform our traditional bob and school music with their dad or mom. Thank you, parents, for all their support to our dance program. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heart of Heath, our Interquest National Champion, Heath High Steppers. And now, for your continued halftime entertainment, Rockwall Youth High School is proud to present the Mighty Hawk Band. The band is under the direction of Christopher Lloyd, Trevor Kay, Kelly Powell, Anissa Macias, Ashley Wood, Joseph Guzman, and Megan Benavides. Tonight under the field direction of drum majors Gary Gonzalez, Bailey Lundberg, Angel, Noriego Lorenz, and Sebastian Sanchez. The band will be performing their 2025 competition show, Ancient Embers. Congratulations to our 9th grader of the week, Leo Garcia, hymn of the week, Asher Carranza, performer of the week, Blair Ebert, and our section of the week, the percussion section. Drum major, is your band ready? 2025 corporate sponsors for their continued support.
4:21 here, Wilkerson-Sanders Stadium. The Hawks leading the Royse City Bulldogs. Hawks had a 24-3 lead at the 2-minute warning. Erased by 2 scores there at the end by the Bulldogs, and they get the ball coming out the second half. Justin.
Bulldogs scored 21 points in the second quarter. It's the Hawks with a 24-21 lead at halftime. Hawks with 9 first downs, 224 yards, 101 through the air, 123 on the ground. Prosper Neal, 10 of 14, 71% completion, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carter Zom on the ground, 5 carries, 46 yards, 9.2 yards per carry. And in the air, Sean Gary, 4 receptions, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. For the Bulldogs, 13 first downs, 256 total yards, 114 through the air, 142 on the ground. Jamion Richardson, 8 of 18, 44% completion percentage, 114 yards and 1 interception. Xavier Brown leading the way on the ground, 12 carries, 53 yards. Jamion Richardson also with 4 carries, 48 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. And in the air, Bryson Arney leading the way, 4 receptions, 78 yards for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs coming out of the tunnel, and now there comes the Hawks. A little bit of an extended halftime there. Word from over in Forney, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets leading the Jackrabbits 35-28. So got a barn burner possibly going over there as well.
Jackrabbits scoring all 28 of their points in the second quarter as well. So these 2 games definitely anybody's ball game with a half left to play.
Also got Longview and Tyler Legacy also playing tonight.
Got a Longview 34, Tyler Legacy 13 near halftime.
No surprise there. And so still a lot of football to go. Got half a game here tonight and 3 more weeks. And this is exactly what we expected. We talked about it. Hawks had a 21-point halftime lead last week. That can disappear very fast. And now with the 2 scores late in the half and the ball coming up, this will be a big possession for the Hawks defense.
No doubt about it, assuming there's not another onside kick, of course.
Back deep, the Bulldogs, number 4, Bryson Arney, number 5.
I think you just gave away Coach's secret.
I think he's kicking it away this time.
Appreciate everybody texting in. Got some shout outs to get to as the textoid is lighting up during the halftime. Appreciate the Royse City fans also texting in. Got Tim from Royse City texting in saying, "Let's go Dogs." So we got some Mighty Hawk Band grandparents wishing success at tomorrow's competition, saying the trumpets roll. So here we go with the second half kickoff. Mueller pounds it deep out of the end zone. So the Bulldogs will take it on the 25. Also get to some shout outs here saying, "Let's go Brooks Davenport." Also got someone cheering on the Hawks from Austin, Dark Side leader Liana. And Martin and Rosa Ingleside. So Royse City comes out. They were hot at the end of the second half, trying to get it going here in the third quarter. Man in motion, Richardson, hands off, nowhere to go. Big number 14, Zeke Cannon on the stop.
Lose about a half a yard on the first down. Going to bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Bulldogs.
No, Coach Shannon Carter had plenty to say at halftime. Defense coordinator for the Hawks and his staff. some good second halves this year. Another handoff to Brown, nowhere to go this time. Number 9, first man to the ball is Luke Mitchell, and Moravik up and clean up.
Marking him down at the line of scrimmage, so going to bring 3rd and 11.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 as big number 92 also in on the tackle there, Tyler Marsh. So 3rd down and 11. Royse City has picked up yards in big chunks. A big drive here to open up the second half. Richardson quickly throws back to the right, but a big hit by number 2, Colton Lavery, knocks the ball loose, and that'll bring up 4th down and punt time.
It's a great start for the Hawks defense as they get the stop, and the Bulldogs punting team coming out on the field, 3 and out for the Bulldogs.
Huge hit there by Colton Lavery as the receiver, number 4, had caught it. It was going to be short of the first down, but a big 3 and out for the Hawks defense. Lavery now back deep. Bulldogs punting into the wind. Hawks getting a big rush. Lavery comes up, catches it at the 42, gets it out across midfield into plus territory, down to the 48, where the Hawks will take over with their first possession of the second half. 10:39 as we are just underway here in the second half. Hawks scoring in the first minute of the first half. As Rodney Webb out talking to the officials. This big moment there at the end of the first half. The Hawks had an onside kick called back for offsides. So 15 yards added on to the end of that play. Didn't see what happened. That's going to set up the Hawks even better. Excuse me, 5 yards. Must have been a offsides. So 10:39 left to go. Third quarter. Hawks with their first possession. Neal hands off to Zom, has room up the left side, splits the defenders to the 21 man to beat, stiff arms him into the end zone, touchdown, Carter Zom. Carter Zom, first play of the third period, goes 47 yards, Justin Webb.
And that's exactly what the Hawks needed there, Shannon. The defense comes out, gets a stop. The offense on one play drives the distance, gets a touchdown, and the Hawks now with a 2-score lead again.
Big block right there on the left side. Colton Wade, Peyton Marsh opening up the left side, and Carter Zom doing what Carter Zom does. 47 yards on the first play, and the Hawks scoring in the first minute of the second half as well. As the kick is up and good. So the Hawks get the 3 and out on the defense and then come back out, score a touchdown in one play. Just like that, 10:28 left to go in the third period. The Hawks leading the Bulldogs 31-21.
Nice job of Zom there. Just gets into the secondary and then outruns everybody to the end zone. Celebrates again. He's been scoring a lot of touchdowns here lately.
So we've talked about it a lot, the importance of this game, as the Hawks right now in District 10-6A, the only undefeated team. They can win. They could go to 3-0. And, of course, other games around the district, one over in Forney and Rockwall, somebody there is going to win and somebody's going to lose that game. So whoever wins that gets a leg up. And then, of course, still a lot to play here over the next 3 weeks. So this is talking about the big momentum plays and the sudden changes. See what the Hawks do here on the kickoff.
Just about to say, it looked like the Hawks had lost the momentum there before the half, but a great start here to this third quarter.
Deep kickoff. Going to go out of the back of the end zone as the Hawks like what they saw in the last defensive possession, and the Bulldogs going to take it over at the 25 as they come out for their second possession of the second half.
Did a really good job on the 3 and out of containing Richardson and not letting him get out of the pocket. Also making tackles for loss on 2 out of the 3 plays.
Richardson brings him back out, rolls to the right, looking for a man, has it caught out across the 30. Going to be a gain of about 9 yards, just short of a first down. Whoop, they're going to say that he got there.
Bryson Arney again on the reception.
Hogs offense, you talked about the yardage in the first half. They moved the ball well against this Hogs defense. Richardson hands off left side. Hawks run defense still holding strong, not nowhere to go.
Xavier Watson, number 22 on the carry for the Bulldogs.
Carson Adams on the tackle. Highly touted Hawks front 7. Keeper up the middle, shakes one tackle, gets loose. Dylan McCann saves a touchdown as Richardson almost busted that one. That's enough for a first down.
We've seen that play several times, and it's worked almost every time. Does look like Richardson's slow to get up after the play, but it's going to be first down for the Bulldogs on the Hawks' 49-yard line.
So we're going to take a break, come back. Hawks leading the Bulldogs 31-21.
You in our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back at the Wilk, 9:34 left to play. Bulldogs have a new quarterback.
Beckham Jones now in at quarterback.
Hands off, and the Hawks putting everybody in the box, bring him down immediately. First time we've called number 77 tonight. That is Colton Pennington. And on the tackle, brings up second down and 11. Richardson out after that long run. Big part of this Bulldog offense. Watch defense sensing the moment. Second down, 11. Keeper nowhere to go as the Hawks defensive line meets him in the backfield. Another loss on the play is going to bring up third down and 12.
Quarterback Beckham Jones on the carry, loss of 2 on the play.
Rodney Webb talked about it, having the depth, being able to come in as number 1 coming back in the game. Jamian Richardson comes back in third down and 13 in a big play. Let's see what Coach Shannon Carter, Hawks defense coordinator, dials up here. 3rd and 13. Hawks coming, Richardson, play action, looking to the right, has a man caught. Let's see where they mark him. They are going to mark him just short of the first down at the 40. Going to bring up 4th down and less than one, no doubt. Bulldogs going here. Nice throw by Jamian Richardson. And the catch by Bryson Arney. A crucial 3rd down 13. 4th down and 1. Play clock rolling down to 12 seconds. And the Bulldogs going to have to take a timeout early. So 7:26 left to go in the 3rd period. We'll be back. 4th and 1. The Hawks leading the Bulldogs 31-21 on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Hey Hog Nation, this is Coach Webb. Just giving a shout out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of the Ford team for the 2025 football season and their support for the remarkable achievements that students and staff strive to accomplish daily. Over the years, they have extended their unwavering support to every athlete, coach, and staff member as they diligently pursue their goals and ultimately achieve victory. We look forward to the continued partnership. Let's go Hawks!
The Bulldogs come out 4th down and 1, already burning a timeout here early in the 3rd quarter. There's a big play here. Hawks defense sensing it. Quick huddle. Shotgun formation. Keeper Richardson off the right side, enough for a 1st down. Dylan McCann comes up, meets him right at the 1st down marker. Richardson gets it, but a nice hit by Dylan McCann.
Needed a yard and got a yard and a few inches, just enough for the 1st down. A new set of downs now for the Bulldogs.
Big 4th down conversion, so Richardson definitely okay after the injury. Good to see. Don't like to see any players going out, especially your impact players. Quick pass out to the left, caught, turns it back inside. Gain of 8 on the play.
Catch by number 7, Cole Crawford for the Bulldogs. Colton Lawfrey in on the tackle along with Luke Mitchell.
2nd down 2. Richardson back to pass. Play pumps, looking down the right side. Throws, just goes out of bounds as the coverage of Quincy Jones right on the mark. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Royse City trying to take a shot there.
Yeah, good job by Quincy Jones not biting on the play fake, or pump fake.
Handoff left side, met short of the 1st down. Looks like he's going to be down short. Going to bring up another 4th down and 1. Bulldogs pot committed at this point. Takes the ball and just runs it forward. Gain of about 5 as the big offensive line from the Bulldogs pushing Hawks defensive line backs. Clock rolls halfway through the 3rd period. Bulldogs need to score here. Hawks able to get a 3-and-out first possession of the 2nd half. Then the Hawks went down and scored. Handoff 22. Muscles his way forward. Was hitting the backfield. Turns it into a 2-yard gain.
Tough running there by Javier Watson. Almost tackled for a loss of 1, able to get 2 positive yards, make it 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Screen to the right side. Just goes incomplete over the outstretched arms of Xavier Brown. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 now. Got Sadie Beasley, grandparents from Alba, Texas, texting in. Hawks cheerleaders. Grandfather's a retired football coach. First time we've had text in from Alba, Texas. 3rd down and 8. Bulldogs trying to answer the Hawks score. That's going to be a false start, going to back them up, make it 3rd down now and 13. Make it a little more difficult. 2-down territory, 4-down territory for the. We also got Landon Foster, Larry Foster Sr. Having a shout out to his grandson.
Bulldogs have Bryson Arney at the slot position. Keep your eye out for number 4 there. 3rd and long.
3rd down and 13. Another handoff, splits the C, and he'll take it to the house. Xavier Brown for the 3rd time tonight on long yardage situation. The Bulldogs have pulled off the perfect run play and caught the Hawks leaning the wrong way. That's a touchdown. 4:43 is going to cut the Hawks lead to 4 pending the extra point.
Almost untouched there as he's able to get into the secondary and get to the corner. These Bulldogs offensively have been very tough tonight.
Offensive coordinator Will Reed for the Bulldogs calling a great game tonight, as there has been several times the Hawks have had them in 3rd and long, coming up with some good play calls and on the ground, not just through the air. So the Bulldogs well balanced, showing the depth of District 10-6A. But the Hawks lead to 3 with 4:43. We're going to take a quick break on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Everybody, next week, the Hawks at Longview. Next week, next Friday, the Hawks will be at Longview.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Jacob Rhodes at Smith Allen Insurance. Has your home insurance rate doubled in the last few years? Talk to Jacob Rhodes, your trusted broker at Smith Allen Insurance. Contact him today at 214-460-3638 or Jacob at SmithAllen.com. Thank you, Jacob Rhodes and Smith Allen Insurance, for sponsoring this broadcast.
So the Bulldogs kicking it off now. 4:43 left to go in the 3rd period. Still kicking it deep. That one's going to get out of the end zone. Also got Coach Jake Rogers texting in saying hi. Got to see Frank Rogers out yesterday. So 4:43 left to go here in the 3rd period. Got a couple of special guests coming into the booth now. Mr. Kendall Lawrence joining us as the Hawks get started here. 4:43 left to go here in the 3rd period. Hawks need to answer. Neal with the keeper on the delayed draw up the middle. Able to get 3 yards on 1st down. Just an important drive here.
No doubt about it. Neal with a big tackle around his helmet there, able to get 3 yards, but they've got to get some 1st down. They need to get some points.
Pistol formations. In the backfield with Neal. Schmerzlicker in motion. Neal, play action, looks to the right, gets hit right as he's throwing it, falls incomplete as Neal was lit up on the blitz.
Yeah, Bulldogs bringing pressure from both sides. Carter Zong got pancaked on that one, but able to get some pressure on Neal's. Ball was deflected before he was thrown. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
So a big 3rd down and 7. Neal, play action, screen pass to the right, has it set up. Zom get behind his blockers. Nice pickup on the play. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 18 out to the 45. Nice pickup for the Hawks on the screen play.
And what a great play call. The Bulldogs bringing pressure, and Coach Webb answers with a delayed screen. Big first down for the Hawks.
See the blocking out there in front, talking about all the way out to the receivers. As the Hawks now with a fresh set of downs out to the 45. Hawks on the move. Looks to the right, quick pass. Gary caught, almost slides out of the tackle. Nice job by the corner to keep him hemmed up because Gary had a lot of room if he doesn't make that tackle.
6 yards on the reception is going to bring up 2nd down and 4 now as the Hawks enter the Bulldog side of the field again.
Hawks just getting over midfield, brings up 2nd down and 4. Hawks hit you with so many weapons. Neal hands off to Zom, kicks it around the right side, has a man to beat. Now steps inside, just steps out of bounds. Carter Zom showing his versatility. Looks like another running back I used to watch for the Heath Hawks. Mr. Kendall Lawrence we'll have on here in a second. Throw to the left side, it's going to be picked off. Prosper Neal had a man in his face, had to throw it a little bit quicker than he wanted to. And a big turnover there for the Bulldogs defense. Now the Bulldogs coming out for the first time with a chance to go take the lead.
John Abrama, number 0, with the interception for the Bulldogs. And this game is getting ever tighter here with 2:51 left in the third.
He talked legend, Kendall Lawrence, joining us here. Who do you have with you there?
What's up, brother? I got my son Wes with me.
Come on up here. All right, so Kendall, what do you think about the game so far?
Game so far is a good one. Looks like it's going to be a battle to the end.
Yep, looks reminding us of last week. You were in a few shootouts yourself with the Hawks.
Yes, sir.
Back in the day.
Heath has been closing pretty good, though, so look for a good fourth quarter coming up.
Too bad. Richardson rolls to the left, looking deep, wants to launch it, does. Hawks have the defenders back there, and a nice breakup. That is by Quincy Jones. So
flag on the play.
Flag on the play. The back in the backfield.
Maybe illegal man downfield.
This can be anything from holding to a legal man downfield, as Richardson was able to hold that one a long time. Good job by the Hawks defensive backfield. So they are asking Coach Rodney Webb if he wants to accept it or not. And that is exactly illegal man downfield. So that'll still be first down. So Kendall, we were talking about this is the deepest that we have seen this district ever. There was always one or two teams that you felt like, you could chalk this up to a win. You don't have that here.
Man, everybody's competing. Everybody's playing at a high level. It's exciting to see.
Hawks all-time leading rusher, Kendall Lawrence with us. As quick pass out to the left this time. That was Keith and Jones on the defense. Comes up nicely. So, Kendall, talking about on yours, can't remember the stats exactly. I know it's somewhere around 60 some odd touchdowns in only 2 seasons 71. As a Hawks.
71, but you were close.
71. I knew it was up there. Both years are better than most careers before going on to Missouri, and then spent some time in the NFL and in the Canadian Football League.
Yes, sir. Just blessed. It's a blessing to be able to do it and come back and watch the kids that you train and be able to do it as well.
Yep. Now back working with a lot of these players, right?
Yes, sir. On the Heath side and the Rockwall side. So we like Rockwall players too. We don't discriminate.
No, it's all part of the community. And you were here. Always tell the story. The very first year, nobody really knew much about the Heath Hawks, and the first time y'all beat Rockwall, all the H stickers went up on the cars the next day.
Man, you would have thought we'd been around for a while.
You were, as a slant across the middle just misses the receiver, Bryson Arney, as Justin You know, we talked about this is the first time Royse City has battled all the way back, down 17 points for much of the first half. Now, actually have a chance to take the lead here.
No doubt about it, Shannon. They do not give up. They keep attacking, and if they can get another 55 yards, they can take a 4-point lead with a touchdown.
2nd down, 10. Richardson hands off on the counter. Nice job by Moravik to make the tackle in the backfield. Another loss brings up 3rd down, 11.
Xavier Brown on the carry for the Bulldogs.
So, Kendall, what do these Hogs have to do here in the second half?
Get a stop, score points. Give it a 2-3. Put it in his hands. Let's go.
Carter Zahn, what a game last week. Tell us your observation of Carter Zahn being the buildings of another Heath Hawk legend.
Hey, man, you know, he has a really...
Still young, too.
He has a really good trainer.
Happen to know that guy.
No, Carter, he's been balling. He's been doing his thing.
You bet. Richardson looking deep, tries to hit a man on the crossing. Hawks defense coming up big again. Going to bring up 4th down and 11. Interesting call here. They have gone for a lot of 4th downs, this time on their own side of the field and not far behind. 46 seconds left. Right now, the offense staying on the field.
We've seen one squib kick already, Shannon, so that could be another possibility.
Big play.
Big play in the game here. 4th down and 11. As note, Richardson is going to back up. Looks like he's going to do the quick punt. And he does. Hawks not back covering it. Luckily, gets out of bounds inside the 20. So the Hawks defense coming up big there. So, Kendall, we talk about the kids growing up. And, of course, you got your guy here with us. But what do these guys have? What does it mean for you guys, you know, being the first generation Hawks? You always had the little Hawks. We started that tradition way back then.
Yep.
What does it mean to you as being one of the older alumni now of Heath High School? What is it like to come back and now you're starting to see that long-term community effect, right?
It's awesome to see it. I feel like opening up the school, my class going freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. It's awesome to see it come back and still winning games and carrying on a tradition.
Schmur's Liquor in motion as the Hawks trying to score again. This time, Zom actually gets hemmed up in the backfield as Bulldogs pretty much just bringing the house now. There's 30 seconds left and another man down. So we'll take a quick break there. But, Kendall, appreciate you coming by as always. And we've got a little over a quarter left, and the Hawks could really put the hammer down if they can win if they could win another district game here.
He's been playing big in the 4th quarter, so when the 4th quarter clicks down, hold up them fours. I think it's going to be a great 4th quarter for the guys.
You bet. That is Heath Hawk legend Kendall Lawrence.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Bye. You bet.
Go Hawks.
Appreciate you guys.
Level up.
So, Justin, as we got a break there on the field, the Hawks coming back out again, scoring in that first minute. Really haven't done much wrong. They've only been stopped one time, but all of a sudden, backs to the wall again.
Yeah, definitely a back-and-forth game here, and the Hawks losing 3 yards on the first down, so got their work cut out for them as they're at their own 14-yard line. But we've seen some big plays. Definitely would like to get them to have a long, sustained drive here, get some more points, and have more than a 3-point lead. That 3-point lead does not feel like it's enough, Shannon.
No, still a long way to go as Longview is beating Tyler Legacy 49-13, middle of the 3rd quarter. You have us an update from Forney.
35-35 in the 4th quarter, all tied up at Forney, Rockwall at Forney.
So we see the screen across the way there on that game. A lot of implications here coming down the stretch.
I feel like a broken record, but this District 10-6A is tough.
Top 4 teams at the end of the regular season will make it to the playoffs. Royse City sitting right there in the 6th spot. Could go a long way if they're able to pull this one off here in the fourth quarter. That would get them back 2-2, be right back in the middle. So we have said all along, there's 6 teams for 4 spots. This one is no exception.
I will not be surprised if it ends up with some 3-3 teams with some tiebreakers involved to figure out who gets that 4th spot too.
So either one of these teams go a long way with a victory here tonight. Hand off Zom, cuts it inside, getting behind big left side of that offensive line. Bust out, takes it for a gain of 12. Or excuse me, a gain of 12, makes it 3rd down and 1 out to the 26. Hawks quickly back to the line. Play action, keeper around the left side. Good job on the keeper by Prosper Neal to get the first down, gain of 7 out to the 33.
2 big running plays. The Hawks able to get that important first down of the drive. And now they're at the 34-yard line as we will move to the 4th quarter, Shannon.
12 minutes to go. Lifetime to remember. Hawks leading the Royse City Bulldogs 31-28 on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Rockwall Sports Center. Rockwall Sports Center has proudly served the community for over 20 years. They're a sporting goods, screen printing, and custom apparel company based in Rockwall, Texas. The retail storefront offers an extensive selection of school spirit wear, team uniforms, and athletic gear. Thank you, Rockwall Sports Center, for sponsoring your Heath Hawks.
Blast from the pass. Blake Greener texting in. Always good to hear from Blake. Got Isaac Schmerzliger's grandparents from Placerville, California. Kim and Steve texting in.
Johnny and Debbie Pabian checking in from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Waiting on you. So you're going to be heading straight out after this game, just right across the field there. Hop on the King Air. Be in Arkansas in no time. Going to watch Arkansas and A&M tomorrow.
Football all the time, Shannon.
First down and 10 for the Hawks. Starting the 4th quarter, Zom cuts it inside, hits the Jets, out across the 51 man to beat. Pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Another big run for Carter Zom.
The second big run of the night for Zom, leading the way on the ground for these Hawks, and they're now close to the 21-yard line in great field position with 11:50 left in the 4th.
Talking about in the first half, seemed like he was being hemmed up for the most part. Only had 47 yards, but now breaking it out here in the 3rd quarter, early in the 4th quarter, now over 100 yards. Neal, keeper behind Zom, shakes one tackle now inside the 10 to the 5 to the goal line. And they said he's out on the 1-yard line. Prosper Neal with a huge run on the delayed draw, and the Hawks going to get back to the line.
They don't have instant replay on the field, but we have it up here in the booth. It looked like he extended the ball over.
We'll show you the replay after this. The Hawks going to the quick huddle. First and goal from the 1. Tush push. Neal, touchdown. Hawks big offensive line. They all bundled up. Here's the run from Neal from the 23. Shakes a tackle. Makes a nifty move right at the goal line. Does step out around the 2-yard line. So see what the umpire saw, but a great run and another great answer for this Heath Hawk offense, as that will put them up 37-28 pending the extra point.
The drive started at about their own 15-yard line, so that was a big drive, an important time of the game. Take a 2-score lead again.
Collins Jones on the hold. Mueller's kick is up and good with 11:31 left to go in the game. Hawks push the lead back to 10. 11:31 left to go in the game. Hawks stretch the lead back to 10. Got the Rockwall Yellow Jackets up over in Forney. Give us an update, Justin.
Fourth quarter, 10 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. Rockwall 41, Forney Jackrabbits 35.
Huge game for the Jackrabbits, trying to avoid that second loss. We'll see what the Hawks do here with 10-point lead, 11:31 left to go. Deep kick. Going to be fielded right around the 3-yard line. Brings it out. Another nice return. Brings it out across the 30 where the Bulldogs will set up.
Bryson Arney on the return for the Bulldogs.
Chris Pena, Rockwall County Game Day, listening and watching in. Give us an update on the Rockwall game. Another Royse City fan texting in. Tanya Miller texting in from the Hawkland. And we need a score and just got it. Hudson Hayes, Royse City tied in. Shout out coming in. Love Royse City texting in. 22 with the handoff, hemmed up by the big defensive line. And Dylan McCann coming all the way up from the safety position with Zeke Cannon. And big number 88 for the Hawks, Jawan Lee. Nowhere to go. Short gain, going to bring up 2nd down and 9. Big possession, both teams here. Richardson back to pass, looking down the middle, has a man in the slot, caught. Going to be tackled down close to the 20-yard line by Dylan McCann, but a great catch by number 4, Arney, and a big connection, and the Bulldogs keep coming at you.
Arney had gotten about a 2 or 3 yard separation there, and Richardson able to deliver it for the big play. And these Bulldogs just will not go away.
McCann saves a touchdown, but a huge gain down to the 21-yard line. Bulldogs in business again. Fake on the jet sweep. Keeper around the right side. Huge tackle by Keithon Jones. As that saved a touchdown, as Jones coming up from the corner position. He misses that one. Richardson walks into the end zone. Instead, 2nd down and a little over 10. Handoff around the left side, right into the Jawan Lee territory. Nowhere to go there. Riley Black, first time we've seen him tonight, in on the tackle as well, along with Lee. Zeke Cannon kind of looked like it might have been a fumble even, but it was quickly recovered if it was. The Hawks with that alternating the defensive line pays off here late in these games so far. Clock rolling under 10 minutes. Fumble on the ground. Richardson picks it up, breaks a tackle, and he's going to go all the way to the house. Jamian Richardson looked like he was going to hand off on the jet sweep, had no choice but to run, and the athletic ability sets in, breaks a tackle, takes it to the house, and they're an extra point away from being a 3-point game again.
That was an amazing play. Thought for sure that he was just going to go down on the ball, but he picks it up, able to get through the entire line, runs right up the middle for another touchdown, and the Bulldogs an extra point away from being down by 3 again.
Fumble on the snap. The holder picks it up, takes off running. He's going to be tackled immediately by Dylan McCann. And another missed extra point was the difference in the game last week. So the Hawks, instead of them closing it to a 3-point lead, the Hawks are going to have a 4-point lead here.
Here's Richardson just able to get through the entire Hawks defense right up the middle, diving into the end zone for the touchdown. That was a crazy play.
It looked like the Hawks had it defended, but we have seen some great players making great plays. There's the extra point, just a fumble on the snap. And Dylan McCann being able to make the tackle. So with 9:14 left to go in the game, Hawks now up 38-34. So Royse City now set to kick off. You wonder when they may be in a position to have to start pulling out the onside kicks. 9:14 left to go. Both teams' defense have stepped up at times, but the offenses have been the show tonight. Another deep kickoff out of the back of the end zone. The Hawks will set up 1st and 10 from the 25. Donna Foster from Brookhaven, Mississippi. And a shout out to Landon Foster. Mentioned earlier, Landon's mom, Michelle, sending some pictures of, they were all in elementary together, senior class. So the Hawks, 1st down and 10 from the 25. Dead ball whistle. As the ball is just not ready for play yet. So 1st down and 10. Hawks trying to answer. End off Zom. Cuts it back inside. Now back to the left. Hits the Jets. Breaks a couple of tackles out across the 45. And a nice 22-yard run by Carter Zom.
Helmet comes off again, so we'll have to come out for at least one play, but another great run by number 23, Carter Zom.
By Carter Zom, some new chin strap.
I think that's his lucky chin strap, though.
Got Kingston, New York texting in for Schmerzlicker. Appreciate everybody participating. We love the new network. Wamba in at running back now. Rumbles for 5 yards across the right side. Davenport in at H-back. For Zom will come back in for Wamba. Wamba the sophomore. Schmerzlicker in motion. Play action. Looking down the right side as going to hit Schmerzlicker in the helmet as another blitz off the corner. Almost gets home.
Pressure on the play by the Bulldogs as Prosper Neal hit as he threw the ball, but almost able for Schmerzlicker to come up with it.
Prosper Neal hit hard as it definitely altered the pass. Schmerzlicker almost looked like he turned into a defender there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Hawks trying to take a shot there. Neal hands off to Zom. Is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 4th down and 5. Interesting spot here for Coach Rodney Webb as he is going to send on the punt team. 7:43 left to go. Doesn't mean they're going to punt. clock rolling, under 7.5 minutes now. 4th down and 5. Mueller back to punt. Mueller on the punt. There's a flag. That is going to, not sure if it's going to give him the first down. We're going to see what the call is. Definitely running into the punter.
The scoreboard says 4th and 5, so it's at least a 5-yard penalty, but we'll have to wait and see.
We're going to see if that equates to a first down. Here's the call. Personal foul. That is a 15-yard variety. That is going to give the Hawks an automatic first down, and 15 yards going to put them down inside the 40-yard line. Huge play in the game right there.
No doubt about it. Hawks needed a first down, had 4th and 5, decided to go for the punt, and just fortunate there. 2 Bulldogs running in to Bronson Mueller for the 15-yard penalty, and they're almost in field goal position. I know they want more than a field goal, though. Here's Shannon.
Bulldogs brought the house there. You can't blame them for that. They're trying to make a play, but ill-advised as they all got, it looked like multiple guys running into Bronson Mueller. So the Hawks now setting up here, got 3 receivers of both sides. Screen pass out to Gary, got a man wide open. Caught. Madden Lozano can't keep his feet down to the 10-yard line, as it was the quick throw out to Sean Gary. Threw a touchdown pass last week, but Madden Lozano gets the catch down at the 10. Great play for the Hawks.
I hadn't seen that formation yet this season, but that was fun.
Colton Wade was split out wide left. Delayed draw. Neal down to the 1-yard line as he just followed his blockers right up the middle on the delayed draw. The big offensive line, we talk about them all the time. Marcus Zavedra right up the middle. Ryan Locke and Trey Johnson huge on the right side. Peyton Marsh, Colton Wade on the left side. Have the Hawks on the doorstep. 6:17 left to play. Hawks trying to make it a 2-score game again. Second down and goal. Full house backfield for the Hawks. Shift to the right. Neal, keeper around the right side, turns it up inside. Touchdown, Prosper Neal. Hawks, student, body right, get it done. Make it a 2-score game again. Justin Webb.
44 points already, pinning the extra point. That would be 45. That's what the Hawks have averaged all season, scoring 44.8 points per game. Will it be enough, Shannon, as they now have a 2-score lead again with 5:49 remaining here in the 4th?
Winters on the kick. Collins Jones on the hole. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Hawks entering the Bulldogs take a 45-34 lead. We're definitely going to look back at that one big play. Both teams have had penalties that cost, and that's a big one for the Bulldogs on the block punt.
Well, the Hawks gave up a turnover to give up 14 points right before halftime, but this trick play helping the Hawks as they get down to the 10-yard line and then would punch it in on a short run by Prosper Neal again. And the Hawks now 45-34 as time might be running out for these Bulldogs.
Even bigger game in District 10 6A over in Forney. The Jackrabbits have just scored to tie the game at 41 and have the extra points to go with 2:21 left to go. Kick is up and good over there. So barn burner going on in Forney as expected. Jackrabbits leading 42-21. Billy Quinton, David Sweet on the call. Also on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. But first things first here from the Wilk. 5:49 left. Hawks with 11-point lead when they were just about to punt, and the Bulldogs would have had a chance to go take the lead.
Chance for this Hawks defense to get one or two more stops here and ice this game.
That kick goes out of the end zone. So 5:49 left to go in the game. The Hawks defense needing to come up big one more time. Bulldogs offense has to go score and get some help. Bulldogs have not attempted any onside kicks tonight.
They did use an early timeout in this second half too, so only 2 timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs. Still plenty of time with 5:49, but Hawks need to get a stop here.
Timo Duncan's going to be joining us on the post-game show. As if the Hawks able to hold on to this one, go down some post-game interviews. Quick pass out to the right, caught. Hawks have it defended well, so it's going to be a gain of 2 yards to start, as the Bulldogs pretty much going to be in go mode from here on.
Bryson Arney with another reception. Landon Foster and Zeke Cannon both in on the tackle.
Handoff coming around the left side. And big number 9, Luke Mitchell, meeting the running back in the backfield. Nowhere to go. And a big play for the Hawks defense brings up 3rd down and long.
Marking it as a loss of a yard, so going to bring up 3rd down and 9 now for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd down and 9. Hawks defense needing one more stop, trying to stay undefeated in District 10-6A. Timeout on the field by Rodney King. We'll take a break, come back. Hawks leading Royse City Bulldogs 45-34.
I'm Taryn Oswald, Director of Client Assistance and Food Pantry here at Helping Hands. We are so excited to have Rockwall Ford, Rockwall Dodge, Rockwall ISD, and the entire community join together once again to support our neighbors in need. Last year, the Food Pantry distributed over 560,000 pounds of food. Currently, we are distributing over 15,000 pounds of food each week. This is why we strongly rely on the Shop the Rock I-30 Classic Food Drive to pack our pantry. For more information on our current needs, please visit our Rockwall Helping Hands Facebook page or our website at rockwallhelpinghands.com.
5:15 left to go. So Bulldogs having to use another timeout there. You have a feeling that one, they're going to want that one back at some point. Ashton Haney, Royse City. Family texting in. 5:15 left to go. Big 3rd down. Richardson, play action, going to the right. Cannon in on him. Has the completion right at the 1st down marker. Nice play by the Bulldogs. Keep the chains moving.
Bryson Arney again on the reception. It looks like they're about 2 yards short, though. It's going to bring up 4th and 2.
They said he stepped out. The collision was right at the marker. Matter of fact, you can see over there the down marker's bent. Chain gang couldn't get out of the way. Clock rolling under 5 minutes. 4th down and 2. Keeper Richardson on the right side. Bulldogs his way across for the 1st down. We have seen that more than once here this season. Running a quarterback, just putting the team on his back. He didn't even think about handing that one off.
About 3 yards after the contact, too. He had his head down and he was moving.
Clock rolling under 4:20. Play action. Dead ball, as they are going to say, illegal procedure. They were going for the home run there, as they had a man on the post.
Referees having another discussion here. There is a flag down. 4:18 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Hawks with a 9-point lead.
Long discussion. I did not get the hear what Boomhauer had to say.
They didn't move the ball any, so still 1st and 10.
So still 1st and 10. Back in play, 4:18 left to go here in the game. Richardson back to pass, has a man in his face, throws it deep. Colton Laughery with the breakup, almost had the interception. It was actually broken up by the receiver. Clark, the intended receiver, and the Hawks had gotten in Richardson's face, disrupted the pass. Laughery with another big defensive play. So 2nd down 10 now. Clock stop, 4:11. Ball's on the ground.
Bulldogs able to come up with it, Shannon, but that was almost a Hawks turnover.
So Richardson never got the snap. Richardson able to get back on it. Brings up 3rd down and 20, as that was almost an ender. Nevertheless, 3rd down and 19. Only one timeout left for the Bulldogs. 3:32. They need 2 scores. Hawks defense sensing it. And there's the 3rd timeout. So that is it for the Bulldogs. 3:22 left. Basically got 2 downs to get the 1st down, stay alive. So Justin, this game, everything we expected. A game Royse City team sitting there at the bottom of the district. If they could come back and win this one, could get right back into the playoff hunt. The Hawks at the top, like we've talked about, plenty of distractions this week. The Hawks have answered the bell so far tonight.
So far for sure, but with 3:22 left, this game is far from over. If the Hawks can get a stop here, now that Royse City has no timeouts, that would go a long way to ending this one. But these Royse City Bulldogs have made several 1st downs from 3rd and long or even 4th down. So 2 big plays coming up here. Hawks defense needing to get a stop.
Royse City has to somehow get a 1st down here, score, and get the ball back. So 3rd down and 19. And in motion. And a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be illegal motion. Going to push them back 5 more. So that's going to back them up even more. Forney cannot take a timeout.
So 3rd and 24 now for the Bulldogs from their own 25-yard line.
Officials still discussing. Coach Drew Galvin out on the field. He does not agree with the call.
Looked like one of the offensive linemen definitely moved, so that should have been a false start.
Coach is not sure this is not a timeout. So
officials being very patient here. I'm starting to lose mine.
At some point, they're going to have to tell them we need an explanation after the game. Galvin not satisfied with the explanation. Nevertheless, he'll go back. Team has their back to the wall. It's 3rd down and 24. Hawks fans letting them hear it. Richardson in the shotgun. And now, Coach Rodney Webb. Going to call a timeout. So 3:22 left to go. Hawks, Bulldogs 45-34. This has been a barn burner on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Big game going over in Forney. Rockwall had a 4th down and 13, able to convert it. Less than a minute left to go. Have taken a 45-42 lead.
47-42.
Excuse me, 47-42, 5-point lead as that one. Rockwall was down to their last gasp and made a big play.
50 seconds remaining in that game.
Jacob Dickman from Premier 40 Financial watching on the game, sending his video in. How's it going? Tanya Miller texting in asking for the other district scores. Longview with a big winner tonight over Tyler Legacy in the Forney and Rockwall game down in the last minute along with this one. So District 10 6A living up to its reputation tonight. 3:22 left to go, 3rd and 24. Richardson rolls to the right. Looking, has a man caught. Gain of about 14. Makes 4th down manageable. So it's going to be now 4th down and 10.
Clock running.
3:07. Hawks were playing a little soft on that one. Gave them the 15 yards. So 4th down and 10. Bulldogs cannot call a timeout. 2 receivers to the left. Richardson looking down the right side, under pressure. Keeps it, tries to run. This one's right at the 1st down marker, and they say that he got it.
Very generous spot there, I thought.
Jamie and Richard with a great individual effort is going to get the 1st down and keep the Bulldogs' hopes alive.
So they'll reset the chains, and the clock will stop at 2:37.
Hawks had him in the backfield. The Hawks making changes now. Handoff up the middle as the Hawks were not set. Going to be a gain of about 6 on 1st downs. The clock rolling 2:29. Bulldogs would have to score and get an onside kick. Damian rolling to the left, trying to look deep. Throws it. Ball's incomplete. Nice defense by the Hawks. 30 seconds before the 120-second notification. Hernan, handoff to the right. Breaks a couple of tackles, breaks it loose. Law of one man to beat. Down to the 13-yard line. Sets up first down and 10 from the 13. Royse City not going away as we go to the 2-minute warning. So 1:53 to play. We'll take a quick break, come back. Hawks leading by 11. So we come back out of the 2-minute warning, 1:53 left to go. Justin, the Hawks defense is being stingy, but this Bulldog offense will not go away.
Obviously don't want the Bulldogs to score at all, but even if they do, as you mentioned, down by 9, they're going to have to get a onside kick and score again. But minute 53 left, and the Bulldogs, just like all night long, will not give up. They just keep fighting. James Thompson correcting me, down by 11 are the Bulldogs. Still 2 scores either way, though.
Richardson fakes the jet sweep. Intercepted by the Hawks, and that's going to do it. Who else? Number 16, Carson Adams, comes up with a big interception. The Hawks defense turning away the Bulldogs, and the Hawks are going to be able to kneel on this one with 1:48 left to go in the game.
What a great play by Carson Adams. We'll try to get you a replay here of it, but Richardson was open, looking for the screen as he rolls out towards his right side, makes a pass towards Hudson, and Carson Adams just jumps up, grabs it out of the air, and the Hawks take over at their own 6-yard line.
Timbo Duncan is going to be over to join in on the postgame. I'm going to go ahead and head down and get some postgame interviews.
Sounds good, Shannon. So 1 minute 48 seconds left. Should be looking at the victory formation here for the Hawks as Prosper Neal comes under center, takes the snap, puts down the knee, and that'll take about 40 more seconds off the clock. He'll get to do that 2 more times, and this game will be over as the Hawks are going to improve to 3-0 in District 10-6A, making another giant step towards their goal of being a playoff team and a number 1 seed in Division I at that. So they will remain undefeated, which is not easy to do in District 10-6A this year. The only team still undefeated coming into tonight. The clock is going to roll. Shannon Rodden's going to head downstairs and try to get some post-game interviews as Neal takes another knee. Heath Hawks at home tonight, going to get a victory for the 3rd year in a row over these Royse City Bulldogs. Coach Webb beating the Bulldogs all 3 times he's faced them coming in as a Heath coach 3 years ago. We are 1 snap away from making it official as Neal will kneel for the 3rd time, and that's going to do it. So final score tonight, Hawks 45, Royse City Bulldogs 34. Stay with us as we're going to get some post-game interviews as the Hawks improve 6-1 on the season and 3-0 in district.
got me, fellas?
We got you, Shannon.
All right. All right, Justin, making my way down here. Who we got for players of the game? So many options to choose from here.
Well, I'm going to work on that, Shannon, but I'm getting some updated scores as the Forney Jackrabbits just scored a touchdown with 13 seconds remaining to take a 48-47 lead. And Timbo Duncan is coming over, and I'm going to get on the road and let Timbo take it from here.
Well, Justin, you have a safe trip. Been another great game for the Hawks here.
We'll have fun with the post-game interviews, and a great game by the Hawks. And Timbo, are you ready?
I'm ready now, baby.
All right. Timbo and Shannon will take it from here.
Timbo Duncan, another great Hawks. Tim, EA announcer here at the stadium. And wow, what another great victory for these Heath Hawks.
No doubt, Shannon. How about those Hawks? They just keep coming at you. They never lay down. They just.
Coach Rodney Webb is going to talk to his crew. Then we're going to get his reaction, and need a couple of players of the game, fellas.
Well, I'd say Prosper Neal for sure, and maybe Zom. How about Zeke Cannon for the interception? Ran out of gas. Need a little oxygen. Heck, even how about Carson Adams? Don't get me going. I can get a whole bunch of them. How about Bronson Mueller for getting run into on that punt? And was it a 52-yard field goal? Oh, my goodness. Got to love that. He can kick for the Cowboys. There's a replay. I think Zeke ran out of gas at the 30 on that return. I don't know, Shannon. There's plenty to pick from, buddy. We sure appreciate everybody tuning in to tonight's game. Hawks are right where we want to be. Band playing the school song. How about those Heath Hawks, guys? Channing, hopefully we can get you on the air here. Guys, what do you think, man? What a heck of a game by those Heath Hawks.
Hey, guys, going to have Coach Rodney Webb. If you would, turn off the crowd mic down there. I know it's still going to be loud from here. You got Coach Rodney Webb. Coach, still the only undefeated team in District 10-6A. Talked about all the distractions that could happen in a week like this, being on fall break. Your team answered every bell.
Yeah, I just told our team when we gathered up just now, there is no such thing as an ugly district win, especially in 10-6A in 2025. You take them as you can get them. We were not the best version of ourselves tonight, but we found a way to get it done. We had some bad, I'm going to say bad luck late in the first half. A couple things happened against us that were a little bit fluky, and they kind of pumped a little life into Royse City. And we knew coming out in the third quarter they were going to come out ready to go, and we did a pretty good job of snuffing it out.
You bet. So, Coach, like you said, no ugly wins in District 10-6A. but this team has found a way to get it several times. You just feel like that momentum just keeps building and the belief keeps building.
Hey, 6-1 and 3-0 in district. That's all that matters right now. Doesn't matter how we get there.
You bet. Well, Coach, congratulations. Hey, turn around and look at these guys, Coach. Tell me I said just bring the whole line over. They all contribute, and they all, at different times, they rotate, they keep you fresh. But these guys have been making plays.
There's some good every single day.
You bet. Coach Rodney Webb, congratulations. All right, the big D line. Guys, where's Simpson? Come here. Hey, I said it earlier in the game, I owe this guy an apology just because I could not pick up who made that strip sack last week that ended up, hey, whether it's in the first half or not, makes a difference in the game. But when you look at all your buddies here and everybody contributes all the time, what's it like being a part of this group?
Man, it's really good to be a part of this group. I'm going to be honest. We're full of seniors, and man, I don't know what to say, but we're full of seniors, and I just like how we play, man, as a family, man.
You bet. You don't have to say anything. You're letting your play do all the talking. That's Jared Simpson. Where's Jawan Lee? All right, Jawan. Hey, you guys, like I say, the no-name defense, and we're going to get to Moravik here in a second, but you guys coming out, you're getting after it. What's it like having this many guys that can play? Most anybody could start on any team in this district. Y'all, they're all on one team. What's it like being over there on the sideline and knowing that somebody's always got your back? And is it nice coming out and getting that fresh legs?
Yes, sir. It's really nice. Like every time I make a misplay, they always encourage me, and then I like how we keep rotating, keep us like fresh and everything. Then I really love this guys, and we can't really successful like this without this guys. And that was it. Like.
You bet. Moravik. Graham Moravik. Hey, same thing. The defense. Now, you've been giving up points. You've seen two of the best quarterbacks in the state the last 2 weeks. And we talk about how 21-point lead's not what a 21-point lead used to be. You guys just keep coming at it. Had two big turnovers tonight. What's it like on that D-line late in the game when you got these the quarterbacks that we see here in District 10-6A keep coming at you?
Man, all the quarterbacks every week, they're so good. So we just have to do our best. And we set the egg. We've been dominating all year. One of the best groups on the team, even if it's not noticed. But every week we bring it, and we're ready every week.
You bet. Well, guys, hey, congratulations. You guys bring it every week, and it's an unsung. I know if you're not making a tackle, your names don't always get mentioned the same, but we love giving you guys the love because you guys get after it. You are the heart and soul of this defense. Now you got some stud linebackers behind you. You got great players all the way around. It takes a complete team. You guys are the heart and soul of it.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, and I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I know y'all probably going to be upset, but Rockwall just got beat by Forney in the last minute.
Let's go.
Rockwall, we're coming for you.
Let's go. Next week in Longview, let's go. We need everyone there. I know it's far, but we need everyone there. All right.
Forney, we on the way.
You bet.
I just want to say, we coming, Rockwall, we coming. Look for me specifically. I'm aiming for everybody. I'm aiming for the QB, the running back. I'm ready. I've been waiting my whole life. Rockwall.
Thank you for all the support.
Let's go up.
You bet. So the defense, hey, guys, they're having some fun there, but Timbo, that's a lot of passion coming from that defensive line right there. That is the unsung hero of this team.
Hey, Shannon, you said no-name defense. We're going to name them the Hammering Hawks. Those dudes were just blowing guys up all night long, man. I don't know how the Royse City Bulldogs stayed in the game as long as they did. They were hit after hit after hit, and all those guys you just talked to were a big part of it.
They were, and like I say, you just see the passion. You see it all building within this team. Hey, I'm going to try to get number 16. I'll be right back with you.
No
here he comes, Carson Adams. He just picked me up. Hey, this guy right here just made the game-winning interception. Carson Adams. We just talked to your defensive line, the heart and soul. They're up front. They allow you guys to get loose. You guys, the defense, and you and also Zeke couple of big turnovers tonight. What was it like there to seal the game?
I mean, that was my first pick this year, and people were saying I got up, and I'm happy to hear that. And, you know, it's always exciting to see all the team cheer for you and all that, so a great feeling.
You bet. Well, I wish you would have been here just then to see your D-line. We had the whole ones over there. They are excited. You guys are the only undefeated team in District 10-6A. Rockwall just lost in the last minute to Forney. And no, there's still 3 weeks to go, still a lot to play for. But you guys, how's it feel to be 3-0 in this district?
It was great, man. After the season we had last year, we knew what we're capable of, and we knew we could turn it around. So it's not really unexpected. You bet.
Carson Adams, congratulations, the leader, this linebacking core, and you guys keep it going one at a time.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Coach Brad Waters, he's our basketball coach, and he's up in the box with us whenever he caught that football. And he said, man, I'm going to have to get him out there on the basketball court. As high as he got up, I could probably use him.
Hey, he's a big boy. Speaking of another one, big that played big tonight, number 3, Dylan McCann. Dylan, 3-0 in district, 6-1 overall, senior leader. You had to miss the first part of the season,
Yes, sir.
but you were over there working hard, ready for your opportunity. What does it feel like right now?
Feels great, you know, well-deserved win, teamwork hard, you know, stuff we got to clean up. But I think this win, it'll catapult us into another, hopefully good win in Longview, and, you know, catapult us in the rest of the season. Hopefully some wins.
You bet. Only undefeated team in District 10-6A. Safety, Dylan McCann, some big hits tonight. Appreciate you. Good luck. Love you, brother.
There's a reason he wears that C on his chest, Shannon.
Absolutely. And shout out to his hey, got some old Wills Point crew up there. I see Linda McKnight and family. Man, this is just they got it going, Timbo, and you know this is a long time overdue. This is Rodney Webb's 3rd season here, and what a quick turnaround. But these kids, he talked about it in the off season, the buy-in of these believe, and it just keeps dominoing for them.
No doubt, Shannon, no doubt. Coach Webb is the best coach in the state of Texas, and we got him in our backyard, and we love him, and he is working his magic with our kids.
You bet. So, Timbo, let's go ahead and wrap up from here. The 6-1 Heath Hawks, undefeated in District 10-6A. Going to move on. We will be in Longview next week. Glad everybody could join us here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.